All right, we are live, and I still don't have
Yeah.
any sound effects.
It's all good, man. We working on it. We in the kitchen. We in the kitchen. We
Yeah,
cooking.
we in the
We
kitchen.
cooking up something. We getting back at it, man. Back at it with a new edition of the Gyms and Juice podcast. Me and Figgy Fig back at it. Welcome back, everybody listening, everybody vibing with us today. A lot to break down. I just say that kind of jokingly. There ain't too much. But we gonna talk about it regardless, man. There's some new news
Yeah,
that
send it.
dropped.
Yeah, ask us anything, man. Ask us whatever. We'll answer it.
Yes, we used to do Ask Gallant Anything Fridays on the Gallant show, Paul Gallant, when he was on Sports
Oh
Radio
yeah,
610. So this could be Ask Rockett and Figgy Anything, which is basically every podcast anyway.
yep,
But go ahead and ask us whatever y'all want. Or chime in whatever your hot takes are on rap or sports or whatever, and we'll discuss it.
yeah.
So yeah, man, a lot going on, a lot going down. Figgy, how you been, dog? How you been this week?
Man, I've been pretty good. Been feeling good, man. I'm still hitting the gym,
Okay.
so I'm doing good. I'm not sore, so it's starting to get normal now.
Yeah.
So I've been waking up 5 a.m. every morning
Mm.
just to get myself together. I hit the gym at 8, work out for a good hour, and yeah, man, I've been hitting it hard, man. So hopefully I might be a little cot diesel
You a few months away from becoming a fitness influencer, man.
I
You're
know
gonna
I'm
start
I'm, I'm
recording
gonna
your
make a YouTube.
workouts. Yep. You're gonna start giving people tips and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in the gym with a ring light.
Yep. Start posting like The Rock. 5 a.m. still getting it. What are you doing with your morning?
Yeah.
Shit, The Rock be killing me. He's like, 5 a.m. woke up for a workout. 8 a.m. went to a business meeting. 10 a.m. went on set for Young Rock. 12 p.m. lunch with Mark Zuckerberg. 1 p.m. Shoot for Black Adam. 5 p.m. Baller season 8. And 12 a.m. back in the gym for a second workout. Like, what the
Yeah, yeah.
He's got to brag about his schedule to everybody, man.
Are you sick of the Rock?
Dog, are you asking me? The number one Rock, Dwayne. I'm not a hater of the Rock. I'm a hater of Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, I said the same thing too, man, because people was looking at me like, how you gonna hate the Rock? I'm like, man, I can't really explain it, but
He's
just a little
corny as fuck, man.
yeah. And see, the Rock, the wrestler, was way more raunchy. He was way more, explicit. And now, once he left that, he just like cookie cut clean. It's just like, man, come on, man. Like the one video that pissed me off a lot was I guess he was in the car recording. He's like, look, these people want a picture or autograph. I'm a cuss their ass out. Blah 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 blah. He rolled down the window. Hey guys, how are you? Yeah, everything. You're like, yeah, come on. No, I'm just like, man, get that corny stuff out of here, man.
Can you go back to being a bad guy like you used to be with the Nation of Domination, man? Why you got to be a cornball, dog? Because at one point, people don't know. Like, if you're younger and didn't live through that era, like The Rock was like legit one of the coolest people on the planet. Like in the early 2000s, man. He was in rap videos and shit. Everybody wanted to be like him. He
Everybody
had
tried to do the
people.
people's eyebrow.
Yes, everybody was doing the eyebrow. You had women watching wrestling just for him. I had cousins who didn't watch wrestling at all, but they watched it for The Rock. And I'm like, damn, he had a whole different audience come in and tune into WWF at the time. And now it's like, look at him, dog. Like, you don't even want to see his movies. Like, oh, The Rock is in it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did not want to see Black Adam, man.
It looked like trash. My friend saw it and said it was awful.
Yeah.
Like, damn, it just looked annoying. Miguel says U of H didn't show up to play. Yeah, I'm seeing the score, man. Miami is beating their ass in the Sweet 16. Unfortunately, the Rockets and the Cougars are both getting their ass beat right now. Unfortunately, the Rockets last time I saw were down. I think Grizzlies had 83 at the half.
Yeah, It's
At the
80.
half.
It's currently 85-52. In the
On
third
pace
quarter
for
just
what?
started.
Like fucking on pace for
160.
180 versus whatever the Rockets get. Maybe 100.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very unfortunate. It's kind of a downer day if you're a Houston sports fan at this point. But on the good news, baseball's coming up, the one sport we're actually good at in the
Yeah.
city.
And still some sad news with that because Jose Altuve
Yeah,
is
broke his thumb, unfortunately, playing for that bullshit. So so yeah, man. The unfortunate, but luckily it happened early enough to where I think he can ramp up in, the first few 162 game season. I'm like, we'll give him some time, but yeah, we'll see how things go. But yeah, kind of a downer day for sports fans in Houston, unfortunately, because it's ugly out here, man.
It
Teams are
is.
fucking up.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, some new releases did drop. At least one I listened to. I listened to that JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown album. It's called Scaring the Hoes.
Okay, Danny Brown. I ain't heard Danny Brown in a minute.
Yeah, Danny Brown. Danny Brown has been active, but he hasn't been putting a lot of music out. And he explained it because he has a podcast. Apparently, he owed a lot of money to his label, and because of that, he couldn't make any new music without paying it back or some shit. It was some label shit. But he's still around, man. He dropped an album with JPEG Mafia. I like JPEG Mafia, man. I like his beats. A good producer. I like his projects. I like the 90s retro video game and pop culture references he be dropping in this shit. So I like the album, man, but I gotta warn people, like it's weird music, man. Like it's called Scaring the Hoes for a reason. Like it's weird music with like distorted, crazy sounding beats.
So you can't play it in the car with a woman.
Yeah, it's called Scaring the Hoes for a reason.
Can't slide around with your old lady listening to this.
Yeah, you can't slide around with the old lady listening to Danny Brown, man. But and Danny Brown got a weird voice. You just gotta have a taste for it. But I like the album, man. I like weird music like that. I like weird, crazy, off the wall music with distorted beats. So I liked it. But look, unless you're into that type of thing, I would probably skip it if I was somebody who didn't, likes more traditional rap. I'll say it like that. But I like the album, man. I would say it's qualified for my taste. But I think your mileage might vary for anybody listening who is like a Kendrick Lamar fan or somebody who's like really into hip hop. Yes, it's not that kind of music. But I did enjoy it for what it was. So
okay. I'm shocked you didn't listen. You ain't check out the Hit Boy album?
Oh, his album dropped? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Yep. We dropped
did you listen to it?
I didn't. I didn't get a chance to listen to it, but I think he got joined on here with Nas, I want to say.
I did hear that song. I heard that song.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
Okay. I was going to ask you to rate the bars from Hit Boy.
Let's do it.
No, I was going to ask you. I haven't heard that either.
Wait, you mean like in general, or was it something he said?
No, on that song. Like, did he sound good on the song? Because I feel like people still kind of sketchy about him rapping.
I don't think he's look. I think producers get rated on a curve when it comes to rap because look, those are two different skill sets. If you start off as a producer, you're not going to be a great rapper. I mean, Kanye was probably the best one, and even his stuff, like in the beginning with Rockefeller, they didn't want to sign him as a rapper because his bars were kind of weak. He worked on it. He did get writers for his best stuff, but yeah, it's two different skill sets, man. And I don't think he's a terrible rapper, but like I'm not jumping to hear a Hit Boy album because of his bars, man. Like I want to hear the beats and I want to hear who else rapping on it. But I don't necessarily want to hear Hit Boy's rhymes.
Yeah, that's exactly why I didn't jump to the album.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'll get to it if I ain't got nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not rushing to hear Hit Boy rap.
Yeah. So when you get out rap by Alchemist, that kind of says a lot. By the way, I think Alchemist is teasing that he's actually going to drop a rap album. pretty soon,
Really?
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said something like, if you like I know he performed, I think he was on set with Bodie James at Rolling Loud, and he actually
Okay.
performed Hold You Down, the song with
Okay.
Prodigy from First Infantry that came out when I was in
Oh
high
yeah.
school, man.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute, but I think he's actually going to get back to rapping. I think that Hit Boy song was kind of a tease, but I think he's actually going to drop an actual rap album with him rapping on it. So
Yeah. I think it's funny because like I feel like a lot of producers are kind of getting towards that way because like let's be real, producers now like to be in front of the camera. They like the spotlight just as much as the artist.
yep.
And you really don't get the spotlight if you giving all your fire beats to the other artists. And so I think now, look, man, rapping it ain't like rocket science now. So if you could put together a little something, then I think they rather rap over their own beats and become a star than to just sit in the background like the old days. And a lot of like I've been around a lot of producers before, and a lot of them they can rap if they want to, but some of them just I don't want to say they too nerdy, but some of them just don't have the image where they feel comfortable being a rapper. But they be in the studio coming up with the hooks and what you should say and all that stuff. But like I said, now I think these producers want the spotlight too.
Yeah, no, I agree. Everybody wants to be the rapper at this point, man. A lot of people don't want to be the guy behind the rapper at this point,
Yeah.
So like I said, like we said last podcast about the death of the super producer, how there's no like Pharrell, no Timbaland, and even they rapped,
Yeah.
and like there's no super producer out here that no Scott Storch, nobody like that who people just went to for a hit. It's like a bunch of people. So yeah, I think everybody, the last ones that are still out here want to rap and be rappers. So yeah, more power to them, I guess.
The terms I miss about the old super producers is they ain't have to have a producer tagline in their songs, and you can know exactly who it is. Like, oh, that's a Timberland song.
You knew if you heard that Indian bullshit, it was a Timberland at one point. You knew if you for the Neptunes, it's like hard to explain, but a Neptunes beat when you hear it.
And Pharrell
like
is
instruments.
Pharrell is almost in all of their beats too. Or even if it's him like
doing ad libs,
so you could tell the Neptunes beat. Same thing with Swiss. Like I know you're not a Swiss person, but you can tell his beats and he be in them most of the time too.
When it sound like an old Casio keyboard beat, I'm like, yeah, that's Swiss. So, so yeah, man. Like you used to be able to tell, and now unless they got the tag in it, it's fucking. And the tag be inappropriate as hell. Like the What Happened to Virgil shit with like 10 tags at the beginning of it. It's supposed to be a sad song, man. So it's I don't know. I'm not a fan of the tags. I think Drake doesn't have anybody do tags for his shit really anymore. Some people got the clout to be like, you ain't tagging on our records, but everybody else, I don't know. I mean, you got to get the promo out there, I guess. So there's that.
I will say the tags are super. I guess not. I'm trying to look for the right word. Catchy. I guess the tags are super catchy. Like we could almost go through all these tags and say them, off the top of the dome.
808 Mafia.
Metro Boomin wants some more, nigga. KT, fuck these niggas up.
Yep. That
like,
was
why
a good
you gotta
one.
cuss in the tags?
Yeah. Of course, yo, Pierre, you want to come out here? That's a good one.
That's probably the most creative one to me because that was from fucking Jamie Foxx show.
Yep.
that one tripped me out because when I first heard it, I'm like, I didn't know what that was. And then when I actually seen the Jamie Foxx show, I was just watching the episode And he was, I think it was the episode where he was trying to talk to a blind person.
Yeah.
Somebody blind. He's like, "Oh, let me get somebody. Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?" And he tried to make the door. I'm like, what? That's where that came from?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, they used to be creative, man. Now it's just like woman saying the producer's name.
You chop on the
like
beat?
Benny X. Some shit like that. It's like,
or
oh,
a little
okay.
kid or something.
Yeah. Yeah. New Rory and Maul. Shit like that. So yeah, man. What was I talking about? I done lost track of what the fuck we were even talking
new
about.
music.
Oh yeah. So Navy Blue dropped the album too. I haven't heard it, but he dropped the album today as well, I believe. So I didn't know he signed a Def Jam. Which is pretty interesting because I mean he doesn't make like hit music at all. This is one of those like underground type of rappers, man. Like he's one of the Earl Sweatshirts and Mike's and Mavi. He's one of those types. So I was surprised he got signed by Def Jam. We'll see what happens with that, but good for him. He's also a skateboarder and model and all that stuff too. Maybe he got signed for other reasons, but he dropped the album on Def Jam, so good for him. Looking forward to listening to it eventually.
Yeah.
And besides that, it's been kind of a drought, man. Not a whole lot dropping. Maybe things will pick up in the spring season. Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, we're still waiting on some new hot shit, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some regular topics, man. What's going on this week? We did see Ja Morant come back to the NBA. He is very, very different, Ja. You know, he had about 2 days of therapy, okay? He went to counseling. He went to counseling for like a day, and he came back a changed man. He is now family oriented. You see his kids a lot more now. I haven't seen one gang sign yet since his return. He gave a very solemn interview with what up, Pablo, on Facebook. See you, man. How you doing, dog? Good to see you in the comments.
Pablo.
Yes,
Noriega.
Sir. Yeah. So Ja Morant is back. I don't know if he's playing currently in this Grizzlies game, but I mean, if he is
playing, he playing. I think he coming off the bench, man, because they don't have him in the starting lineup according to this.
I heard they were gonna play him off the bench at first and try to ramp him back up since he has some time off. And one of my somebody I work with said, my condolences to Houston. The whole airport, because he's in the airport right now. The whole airport was pulling for them. Yeah, I'm sad that he had to see that ass whooping, man. Because the score is final, by the way. U of H lost, I want to say 89 to 60 something. I had the score pulled up, but I refreshed. But the game is over. U of H lost, unfortunately. But it is what it is, man. That's March Madness that's a tournament for you.
89-75.
Yeah. So unfortunate, but that's life, man. You know.
Yeah. And the Rockets are currently down 103-73 with 4 minutes left in the third.
Yep. It's one of them dark days in sports, man. The Rockets with yet another ass whooping. And the U of H is now out of the NCAA tournament. So unfortunate. But life goes on. So Ja Morant's back. Playing off the bench, apparently. What do you think about this, man? Do you think Ja Morant has changed his ways and will no longer be on his gang banging tip?
Of course not. Of course he didn't change his ways. They just told him to chill out. Hey, post some more pictures with your family. Post some more pictures with your kids. Just chill out a little bit, and then we'll get you back. Because look, man, like, although I felt like that what he did wasn't that big of a deal for like a long suspension, but that could have, I feel like they could have, like set the record straight a little bit, set the tone. And they really didn't do it. Like, I know he sat out for some games and all that stuff, but they knew what they was doing, man. They right around the corner from the playoffs. And he was like like I don't want to say he was the biggest deal in the NBA, but they was propping him up to be. I think he had a Powerade or Gatorade commercial coming,
Mm-hmm.
and he lost the bag with that. Which is even funnier because it was a rapper that was supposed to be in NLE Chopper, and I guess his song he was supposed to be in the commercial, and I guess they was playing this song in the commercial too. So they canceled it, so he lost out on the deal too because of John Morant. So yeah, you could tell they want to set him up to be the next star of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
But man, he started doing all this stuff, so they kind of had to sit him down a little bit. But like, I'm not surprised they didn't suspend him longer. Like, they want to make sure he good for the playoffs, ramp him back up, and act like it never happened.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, I think they want to make him a star, man. You know what's hypocritical to me though? Like NLE Chopper can be in a commercial, but John Morant can't because he did some shit every rapper does and
Yes.
didn't even commit a crime.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. He didn't get charged with nothing. There was an investigation that dropped because they couldn't prove anything. And he got to lose opportunities. This reminds me of when Bill O'Reilly got upset because Ludacris had a Pepsi deal. And he was like, how can Pepsi support this man when he's misogynistic and talking about violence? And it's ludicrous, by the way. You know, it's not like
Yeah.
this dude was Chief Keef.
Yeah.
But he actually made Ludacris lose the deal because
Damn.
Pepsi backed off because of the pressure that Bill O'Reilly put on Ludacris.
Mm.
And come all this way. Now we got like Lil Baby, we got Annalise Chopper, we got all these ignorant ass rappers and street rappers in video games, in commercials, doing World Cup songs and shit. But John Moran got to lose a Powerade deal because he held up a gun, which every rapper who done got a big deal has done.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm taking up for John Morant, man. This shit's gone too far. Kyrie too, okay? Y'all done went
Yeah.
too far with punching these NBA players, okay? Y'all let
Yeah.
everybody else be ignorant and do all the bullshit, but once they get a little bit of controversy, suddenly it's World War III. I
Yeah.
don't like it, man.
Yeah. It's kind of sad, man, because it's like if it's weird because we talked about this before how they want rappers to promote violence because that's what sells.
Yep.
They want all that stuff to the point they even stick behind them to a certain point if they get in trouble because they know once they get out, the sales gonna be up and everything gonna be back up. But once something else happen, it's just like, oh well, like, oh well. They just let them get in trouble. So I don't know, it's kind of messed up how they, use people like that because in LE Chopper, he probably like his sales probably go through the roof if he was making a whole bunch of ignorant music. I don't know what type of music he make now because I know he changed a lot of stuff.
He said he did.
Yeah, I don't know how his music is currently, but if he was back to making ignorant stuff, like how weird is that for him to? It's cool for him to be in a commercial, but John Morant, Instagram story get him in trouble. So it's like, damn. So you cool. So they was kind of cool with the rapper that's rapping about violence, but they just don't want the NBA player to be involved with it. So they pulled it because of the NBA player, not because of the rapper.
Yeah, it's like I said, man, we are in a very sensitive time when anything is like a huge deal. When it no matters how small the controversy, it's like end of the world type shit every time.
Yeah.
And yeah, like look, Ja was being stupid with it. He definitely was being stupid with it. But did he deserve, I don't know, to be even suspended at this point? He already missed time. He was away from the team. Like the NBA just had to do something, I guess. They gave him like 8 games plus, but which included the ones he missed. It was like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, the whole thing is kind of silly, but hopefully everybody's over it now. I'm sure he's going to move smarter at this
Yeah.
point.
How
So
how you feel about Adam Silver as a commissioner? Do you think he way too soft?
oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, look, it's a players league now. I think the players are just gonna do, and even like I've never seen active NBA players talk about how whack the NBA is now. You got Damian Lillard, who's like what 32. He ain't
Yeah,
even like old, talking about how this new NBA, how they like just there's no rhyme or reason. They just come out here and they don't earn their spot. They get drafted high and just they give them the reins and they just do whatever. The way the play has changed, everybody carrying and traveling, just spamming threes like it's NBA 2K.
yeah,
Like yeah, it's I've never seen like current players shit on the NBA this much. The officiating is horrible now. Everybody's complaining about that too. Like I don't know. It's just a lot of problems, and I think whenever I hear him talk, it's about some bullshit I don't want to see or hear. It's like,
yeah,
oh, we're gonna have a midseason tournament. Like, nigga, who
yeah,
gives a fuck, man? Like,
yeah.
start penalizing players for missing games for no reason, or
Yeah,
shorten the season. Do something
yeah,
about that. I don't want to hear, oh, we think it'll increase player people want to play more for the midseason tournament. Like, yeah, okay. The team's gonna be
yeah,
like, I ain't won a championship. We got the European Classic or whatever the fuck they gonna call that bullshit, man. You think this shit is
yeah,
soccer or something, man? Like they're gonna make the Champions League out the NBA.
yeah,
So yeah. Well, do you
yeah.
think he's a good commissioner?
I think he a little sketchy, man, because he getting too gimmicky. I know when he first stepped in for David Stern, it was kind of like, oh, okay, because
Mm-hmm.
I guess you don't realize how good you have it until somebody else leave and somebody else come in.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people was happy to see Adam Silver because he was kind of like the second man. He was like the man behind David Stern. So a couple other stuff. It was like, okay, he down for the cause. And then also too, even during the pandemic, it was the whole decking out the court and Black Lives Matter and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Which I ain't have a big problem with it, but I felt like that shouldn't need praise. I felt like that he shouldn't get a pat on the back for that. I felt like that was kind of a little bit pandering. So, but I don't know, man. I feel like he kind of like. I mean, at least Roger Goodell got some balls, man. You could not like him at all, but at least he got some balls. He be going back and forth with them owners. He lay the law down to them players whenever they do something. It seemed like with the NBA, it seemed like it's just straight up players ran, and he like feeding into it. It seemed like when something bad happened on Twitter, that's when he kind of react to it and try
Mm-hmm.
to change it right then and there. It's like you can't be looking on the timeline then try to fix it according to the timeline. And it seemed like that's what he doing, and it's making it real gimmicky.
Yeah, no, I mean he's definitely catering to the players. Some people got mad at because some player, I forget who it was. It wasn't Dylan Brooks. It was somebody who like called out a ref by name and said, "This guy is terrible. Every time he does one of our games, we always have some bullshit." And it's like he was expecting to be get a
Yeah,
huge fine for it, and he got fined like 30K. Which I'm sure if he knew the fine was going to be that light, he would have went even harder.
yeah,
People were upset because they're like, okay, it's basically gives everybody a green light to just call out these refs by name and talk
yeah,
shit. And I'm like, yeah, but Adam Silver ain't gonna throw the hammer down on no player, man, unless it's something extreme, like
yeah,
I guess what Kyrie posted. But
yeah,
anything else, like they don't give a fuck, man. Like these players gonna sit whenever they want to sit. They gonna get even bigger bags, and it's just gonna be what it is, man. Like the players gonna run the league. The
yeah,
inmates hate to hate to quote, but the inmates, man, I don't know, but it is what it is, man. Love it. Some people still love the NBA and love what it is. So I don't want to, take away from what they get out of it. But personally, it
yeah,
just don't appeal to me that much anymore, man. Maybe
yeah.
it's because the Rockets are so ass right now, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's everything, man. Like I remember, you will always almost see a superstar play unless he hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, if I get tickets to a game, I'm gonna be pissed because LeBron is sitting out because of rest. Paul George sitting out because of rest, and all this other shit. It's just like, man, what are we doing, man? So remember how happy we used to be when somebody said, "Hey, I got 4 tickets to the Rockets game, or I got 4 tickets to this game," and Tracy McGrady, he gonna be playing, and all. You'd be super excited to see these superstars. Now it's like I don't even know who playing. And I don't know, man. It's definitely not the same, man. He got to do something about this load management stuff.
I don't think he will, man. Like that has to be handled. I'm sure in the next CBA, they're gonna do something about it, maybe. But maybe the league don't think it's a big deal, man. I've also seen it push back that the owners and the team officials don't want these players risking injury, for regular season games, which basically proves that the regular season don't matter at this point.
Yeah,
So shorten it or do something. But
yeah,
everybody treats the regular season like it's just some bullshit now. Nobody
yeah,
wants to play. Players are probably advising players rest, and players ain't fighting against it. They're like, "Fuck it, you say rest, I'll rest." So yeah, it just is what it is, man. I hate to just be complaining about shit because I'm sure there's
yeah,
still good NBA action to be had if you enjoy it. But
yeah.
to me personally, it don't appeal to me no more, man.
The problem is, like the NBA is good in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in the playoffs and it's getting down to the wire, then yeah, it's good. And then you have the storylines and all that stuff. But in the regular season, why am I watching? Unless it's something else, unless it's nothing else on. Why the hell am I watching this? Like, do it even matter? So
Yeah, it's just if you want to be surrounded by just loud ass music and bright lights and motherfuckers dancing for a dance cam and a big ass a nigga in a bear suit twerking next to you, yeah, it's definitely worth it to go to an NBA game. But anything else, I don't know, man.
yeah,
No, it is a fun atmosphere to go to.
it's fun. It's fun to go to,
Yeah.
like especially if you ain't got nothing to do. But sometimes I'll be skeptical. I'll be like, let's go to a Rockets game. I want to get some good seats.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, I look at the price, and I'm like, man, I'm not paying this price to watch.
Yep.
Jalen Green throw up some bricks and them get blew out by like 40 points.
Yeah.
And the other team, it's a bunch of nobodies on the other team because all their players is resting.
You go pay a lot to get good seats to watch the Rockets versus Austin Reeves and whoever else is on the fucking Lakers right now, man. Like not AD or LeBron.
Yes, I'm not paying. I don't want to see Dylan Brooks. I'm not paying all that money to see Dylan Brooks, the star of the team at that moment.
Yeah, nah, it's something else, man. But
yeah,
I don't know. It is where it is. The NBA is just in a tough space, but I think they'll be okay.
yeah.
Anything else going on sports wise? Anything free agent football wise? I haven't been keeping up really.
Yeah. Are you happy with the are you excited at what the Texans are doing?
I mean, we'll see when it's on the field, man. Like, look, you can analyze draft picks and free agent moves till you're blue in the face, but ultimately it don't matter till we see it on the field. And
Yeah.
to me, I'm just like, we'll see. No matter what they do in the draft, I'm like, that's my mentality now. We'll see. Because I've seen many a bust be hyped up like it was gonna be some franchise changing shit, and other people who were counted out who were great picks. So I will just see, man. That's where I'm at with it. We'll see. I'm waiting for August. I'm waiting for some football action, and we'll just have to see how things roll out. What about you? You getting excited?
I'm a little excited, man. I'm really excited for the coach. I feel like that'd be a big difference. It's better to have somebody like him in there than Lovie Smith. But yeah, I'm a little excited, man. I'm kind of curious because the draft coming up pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
And Carolina got the number 1 overall pick now. So I'm kind of curious who they gonna go with. And I guess word on the street is the Houston Texans are good with Bryce or CJ. So they definitely might have a quarterback, and it'll probably be Bryce or CJ Stroud.
Yeah. We'll see, man. Yeah, the Panthers, I'm sure, are going to take a quarterback at number one. It basically confirmed it at this point. So we'll just have to see which one they pick,
Yeah.
But hopefully it works out, man. We'll just have to see, man. Like I said, we'll just have to see. You're going to hear a lot more draft analysis leading up to the draft. So, of course, keep it locked in the Sports Radio 610. Figgy Fig in the loop, weekdays 10 to 2. Sports Radio 610. Keep it locked in for all your draft updates, man. Of course, we're going to have a draft day special as well. So make sure y'all check all that stuff out on that station.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into some topics, man. Some shit happened this week. Some shit I want to talk about. Oh, yeah. How do you feel about this TikTok ban hearing, man? The Senate is apparently hearing arguments about whether or not to ban TikTok in America. I heard the CEO talk. I heard him say that it's really like older people using it and not teenagers, which is like hilarious. So here, all y'all boomer memes got to get out of here, according to the TikTok CEO. But I'm hearing a lot of complaints of people talking about privacy, security, and privacy concerns. People saying that they're getting TikTok basically gets a lot of information from you. They have access to your messages, access to your biometric data, your fingerprints, your face, everything you use. If you get TikTok, you're letting them use basically or have access to. And the concern is, like, according to Chinese law, like if the Chinese government asks you, if you work in China and they ask you for something, you got to give it to them. You don't have any rights in that regard.
Yeah.
So if they say you got to give us all the American data you have, they got to give it up.
Yeah.
So that's a concern. But people also bring up the point that, all these American companies also take a lot of your data and sell it as well, like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and whatnot. So what's the big deal? Figgy, what are your thoughts on this, man? Do you think TikTok should or will be banned? And what are your feelings about it?
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Is TikTok, that's pretty much owned by the Chinese, right?
Yes.
By China. To me, that alone should kind of raise a red flag, because if they ask for all the information to the Americans, the American stuff that's on that app, and they got it. Last time I checked, I feel like China wasn't really an ally of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So they could do a lot of high tech stuff. They could do a lot of hacking. They can do all type of strange stuff. So to me, that alone should raise an eyebrow. Now, you're right. Facebook do take your information. Probably every damn app, phone, whatever you call it, probably got your information. But they're not going to use it to attack you in some type of way. They probably just going to spam you. They probably, doing some research on you. I don't know. I don't want to get far down the rabbit hole, but at least China, I feel like, I don't think maybe this won't happen, but I feel like China could use it against the United States at some point if they wanted to. So it's kind of like, honestly, it's kind of like a secret spy. It's kind of like having a spy over here. And, they tricked the Americans to, sign up to TikTok and use TikTok and take their information. So, if they wanted to plan an attack or something, they could probably do it through TikTok and take everybody's information. So I totally understand why they, want to ban it. And like, I don't really use TikTok that much like that. So I would be fine with it. I won't be mad about it. But to me, that's a huge problem, man. It's one thing if your family is taking your information and got it. But when somebody else that's not your family that could use it against you, that's totally different, man. So I think for security reasons alone, I think that's probably might be the right call.
Yeah, you also got to keep in mind that all of our apps are like our biggest social media apps. They're banned in China. Yes. They can't even get our stuff in China. But
Yes.
separate, we let the Chinese apps be the biggest ones in America. I don't think TikTok is going to be banned. I think the government's just kind of trying to flex on TikTok and trying to make them play ball with security concerns and be like, hey, tighten up your shit. Don't let them access this stuff or whatever. But I don't think TikTok's going to be banned. TikTok is the biggest app by far, man. Like, if it gets banned, something is going to immediately pop up and just take all the win from it. Nobody's going to go to YouTube, is not going to replace TikTok. Facebook's not going to replace TikTok. It's going to be some shit we ain't heard of yet if TikTok got banned. I don't think it's going to get banned, no. There's too much money involved in it, and the companies are just too strong, man. I don't think anything's going to happen. I think just kind of flexing a little bit. But I think it's important to note that I think we're done with like the era of wars being fought like the way we're used to physical wars. I think the new war is the war of misinformation,
cyber wars,
cyber attack, and that's the shit that TikTok could play a part in, man. Because you already see a lot of bullshit gets proliferated on TikTok, man. A lot of shit that's just straight up wrong, but as long as somebody says it with confidence, people believe them.
Yeah,
you know. So you can have a straight up lie, but if it gets enough comments and it gets boosted high enough, people start thinking it's true. You know, that was the biggest concerns about the 2016 election was Russian bots manipulating information to get Donald Trump elected.
Yeah.
You know, that was one of the biggest concerns, man. And like going forward, I feel like that's going to be like the battleground, you know, memes, fake information, all that going to people's heads and people just starting to believe it. So it's already happening. So yeah, man, it's troubling, but look, we're already on this road to hell in society. So I'm like, I'm just here for the ride at this point, man. I don't see things getting better in that regard. So it is what it is, but I don't think TikTok's gonna get banned for sure.
Can you see something like an Instagram? I know Instagram and Facebook the same thing, but Instagram do have a option that's pretty much TikTok, the Reels. They call it Reels.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much the same as TikTok. And you could tell by their format, they trying to push people to do more Reels than posts. And we seen the history with Instagram. They pretty much jack whatever was hot. And the other thing just kind of go away eventually. So do you think that's possible that something like that could happen? And I know it ain't gonna happen overnight, but probably over the next, I'll say 2 or 3 years, where it do become a security problem, and you know they kind of start pushing people more towards Instagram.
I don't know, man, because I feel like number one, that would push away a lot of Instagram people who love Instagram, because people are already getting fed up with them trying to push this real shit. You know, some people just want to see posts from their friends, and they got to scroll through not only just ads, but shit from people you don't even follow, jokes and comedy skits and shit, the workout videos and stuff. It's like, man, I'm just trying to see something funny or some ass. Like, why I got to scroll through all this bullshit, man? So, but I think, look, man, it's possible. You know, people gonna get their TikTok fix from something or another. You know, people, when Vine went down, that's kind of when something like TikTok took its place anyway. So, I mean, we'll see. It might be a few years, but once something like TikTok is here, it's not going away in either physical or in spirit. It'll exist somehow, man. So we'll see. Very interesting. And speaking of social media apps, Figgy, I have some bad news to share with you, man. I know you worked really hard for that blue check mark. You were really focused on it. And you deserve the blue check mark, man, because you're Figgy Fig, Houston's own Figgy Fig, X award winner.
Yeah.
But there apparently there is talk from Elon Musk rolling back the legacy verified blue check mark. Now there's a possibility that he might be trolling, because he said it's going to start on April 1st. So knowing him, it could be some stupid ass joke.
Yeah, I seen that too. But what scared me was the verified Twitter account with the gold check.
Yeah.
He was tweeted that. So I'm like, oh shit, it could be a joke, but He might be
Yeah, if
dead
Twitter
next.
itself is saying it, yeah, it's looking like it's likely. So basically, yeah, they're gonna roll it back, and basically you got to pay for the blue check mark or be like something super important, like a company or newspaper or whatever. But like
Yeah,
regular people and celebrities even are gonna lose their legacy blue check mark. It's only
yeah,
gonna be like for Twitter Blue subscribers.
yeah.
How do you feel about this, man?
I'm devastated, man. I'm devastated, man. I feel like I already feel like the Twitter blue people kind of, I don't want to say ruined it, but that whole concept kind of ruined it where my little blue check mark don't even matter.
Mhm.
So now you're gonna take away the legacy blue check. Where I'm like, damn, like that's, I don't know, that's crazy. But you know what? I kind of, me getting the blue check was cool, but I kind of outgrew it a little bit. Like I don't really care for it now. It's nothing special about it. Like it's not worth me paying for it. I know Instagram got the option where you can pay for a blue check on there. And I just kind of rolled my eyes a little bit. I'm like, and I'm not verified on Instagram. So I'm like, like I don't really care, man. I think it's honestly some of my favorite accounts are the accounts that are not verified.
Mhm.
And so, I'd rather be back with the common folks, man, instead of, because I feel like with the blue check mark, I feel like I had to watch what I say because people will see the blue check mark and think I'm somebody super important. And then I get criticized for criticizing a little baby or some shit. So sometimes whenever I be wanting to clown on something or clown on somebody, I gotta kind of pump the brakes a little bit because they might look at my account like, oh, you using your platform to break down black folks or all this other. I'm just like, man, like, do you not know I be joking all the time? Like, I'm never serious on here. So I kind of had to dial it back a little bit because of the blue check mark. But I just say, and then the one thing I hate is when somebody replied to me that's not really following me or I'm not following them, and I clap back on something, and then they sitting here retweeting me, trying to quote tweet me and call me
Mhm.
because I guess they think I'm just that important with a blue check mark. It's like, dog, like I'm nobody, man. Like you ain't got to do all of this. Like, chill. So that's the part that suck about the blue check mark, man. Like I try not to be the asshole that's calling somebody out and people call me out, talk about
Mhm.
I'm using my platform wrong or some shit.
Yeah.
But I'm a little disappointed, man. I feel like I ain't have it long enough too. So now it's like I don't know. I wish this motherfucker ain't buy Twitter, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like you said, the blue check mark really don't mean shit no more, man. Now, whenever you got somebody replying with a blue check mark, you got to check to see, and that's just more time out of your day having to check. Is this
Yes.
guy really verified, or you just paying for
Yeah.
Twitter?
Yeah. Oh, this
So
Twitter blue guy. Okay.
yeah, I mean, Twitter doing some goofy shit. Twitter used to have what's called two-factor authentication, which means that
Yes.
everybody knows what that is. How when you sign into an app, it texts your phone to make sure you're you, and you got to put
Yeah.
the code in. They
Yeah.
took that away and
Yes.
said you got to pay for it. And I was gonna stand my ground on it. I was gonna be like, look, if y'all, because they lock you out of your, they said they're gonna lock you out of your account if you
Mhm.
didn't remove it. I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
removing it. And they
Yeah.
locked me out for like a day. I'm like, well, I guess that's it for me on Twitter. But then I got an
Damn.
email saying it was disabled automatically. And I'm like,
Oh
what?
man.
So it's back on. I use an authenticator app now. I'm like, fuck it. It's supposed to be safer anyway. But once, dog, I feel like this is building up to something. It's my conspiracy theory. They're gonna start charging you, or they're gonna block off tweets unless you subscribe to Twitter Blue. Like they're gonna say you only get maybe like 15 tweets a day
Mm.
on free Twitter. Any more than that, including retweets,
You
you got
gotta
to pay for Twitter Blue,
pay.
$8.99 a month. I
Man,
feel
that's
like that is
crazy.
coming, man. Because I remember
Yeah.
I want to say like last month, people were getting a glitch, and the glitch says something like, "You've used your tweets for the day," and they were
Mm.
like, "What?" I feel like they're testing shit, man. I feel like this is they're getting us prepped for removing things that were free and making us pay for it. And the ultimate result will be you like how Tinder started limiting your swipes per day on the
I didn't
free
know
version.
they could do that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing.
It used to be free. When I used it, it was free. I stopped using it, but then I heard that they started. You only get so many swipes a day. Then
Oh
they
damn.
block you off until you pay for it.
Oh damn. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So that's what's gonna happen with Twitter, man. I feel like they're gonna say you get X amount of tweets per day on free Twitter, and you gotta pay for more. So if you have like a business and you're selling shit on Twitter or doing some kind of business where you got to tweet a lot, you got
Yeah.
to pay for Twitter.
Damn.
So, yeah, I see it coming, man. I think that's going to be
Yeah.
the end result. And look, maybe it's time for Black Twitter after all, man. Maybe we need a new
Yeah.
Twitter at this point because it's starting
Yeah,
to
I
not.
was gonna say, do you plan on paying for Twitter Blue,
Hell
or is
no,
that
man.
it for you?
No, I'm not. Look, I'm trying to wind down my tweeting in general. It's hard to quit because there's just so much funny shit on there. But
Yeah,
I'm trying to wind down my tweeting in general, man. I'm like, I'm getting over this shit at this point. It's just turning to shit since Elon bought it. So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah. I'm gonna have to find something else, man.
yeah,
Like,
I think something will come along, man. I think something will come along, but we'll see.
yeah, I can't believe he paid all that money for this app, man. Ain't that wild? And it's just
Yeah, he
going up.
tried to get out of it too.
Yeah, damn.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes with Twitter. But yes, unfortunately, our own Figgy Fig might be losing his blue check mark. I never got a blue check mark, so I have nothing to fear. But I don't really give a shit, man. Um, it is what it is. But RIP blue check mark. RIP the people who fought for their blue check mark, man. Okay, Figgy was in the trenches fighting for that blue check mark. Some of y'all just got one
Yes.
because you were on Twitter early.
Yeah.
Figgy got his during the era when they started really having to validate you for
Yeah, they
your
start
Twitter blue
cracking
check
down
mark.
on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was at one point they stopped doing it
Yep.
because I think they verified somebody they didn't want to verify.
Like a Nazi or something.
Yeah, or something. It was somebody like that. Yeah. So yeah, man.
Yeah, it's rough, man, but whatever.
Yeah.
Got to roll with it. Tab
Yeah.
says he bought his blue check mark. And I know, I
Hey,
think they let you tweet longer too. You get to post longer videos, so
yeah,
you
it's
get
a lot.
something out of it.
So I paid for Twitter Blue at one point because this was early on before they was giving out the blue check marks. It was before that. And yeah, you could tweet longer videos. And they start adding more stuff. You could get, I think you could pass the paywall because there's a lot of articles on there that you can't see. But if you had Twitter Blue, that was connected.
Oh,
So
wow.
you could just get past the paywall and look at some stuff. So it was kind of cool. You could undo a tweet. That was before the edit. And now they got the edit. You can edit a tweet. So that was cool. And now they just added, I want to say, the longer tweets. But like they make you pay $7.99, $8.99 for that shit, man. Yeah. And I'm just like, man, it ain't worth it. And then I think I heard a rumor that I guess with Apple, I guess with the Apple store or something like that, not the Apple store, but the App Store, they I guess Apple didn't want to, or Twitter didn't want to pay extra, or Apple didn't want to pay extra for something. So now I think, I don't know if it's coming soon or what, but Apple users, I think for Twitter Blue, I want to say it might be a little more.
Uh-oh.
So I think they're gonna up the price just for the Apple users. So that's when I was like, you know what? Let me cancel my subscription, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying no damn $14.99 something crazy for social media that I'm not even making money off of. So.
Yeah. Tab says he writes it off as a business expense for marketing, and he said he thinks it's $11.99 per month. He just got charged the other night. So yeah, I think in Apple, I think that's the reason because they skim off whatever they sell. So like Apple gets its own piece of whatever the app price is, or the
Yeah.
subscription price is. So maybe
Yeah.
that's why they charge more. They want more profit or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's fucking Hulu. Come on, man. Like, what am I getting
Exactly.
out of Twitter that's worth paying for?
Yeah.
Like I said,
It's
unless I run a
tidy.
business or something
Yeah.
like that, or I put out music and want music videos, some shit like that. Like I'm an artist, maybe. I'm just a regular dude. What do I need Twitter Blue for, man?
Yeah.
It's a little silly, but whatever.
Yeah.
Elon got to make his money back.
It's been a good run for Twitter, man. They've been at it from the beginning.
Yeah, about 10 plus years, man. They had a run.
Yeah, and that was still my go-to first. Like I was at one point I was on Instagram, but after a while, man, Instagram changed and I was still on Twitter, man.
Yep.
Like it's still some people that be like, "Why are you on Twitter so much?" I'm like, "Man, you can find out everything on Twitter."
Yep. Breaking news, you hear it first. Everything, man.
Yep, rumors. You see
It
all
kills
type
me because I could tell my sister's not on Twitter because she be sending me shit mad late. She be like, some rapper died, and she'll text me like 8 hours later. You know, so and so died. Like, yeah, I did see it.
Yeah,
sometimes I be acting like she'll send me a funny video. I gotta act like I didn't see it already. Like,
yeah, your sister be on Facebook more.
Yeah, she's on Facebook a lot.
Yeah, Facebook get the shit late.
Yeah,
Facebook will be new with the shit.
Facebook just find out about Drewski. This nigga funny.
Yes.
So yeah, Facebook is on a time delay, but yeah, it's just a different world. So yeah, RIP Twitter, maybe, man. I don't know. I think the dark days are ahead for Twitter. We'll see. In other news, we have some Black excellence to report. Okay, breaking news. Forbes has updated Jay-Z's net worth. Very important Black history moment right here, guys. Okay. Jay-Z is now worth, drum roll please, he's already a billionaire. How much is he worth right now, according to Forbes? $2.5 billion. 2.5 billion. From Marcy to Madison Square, y'all. Number one rapper of all time, according to Billboard and Vibe magazine. Jay-Z, Beyonce's husband, is now worth $2.5 billion. I think it's safe to say racism is over. I think it's safe to say Black people have won. I think it's safe to say we have overcome.
Yeah.
Because Jay-Z is now worth $2.5 billion. So, of course, we're going to see him invest that into schools and communities and things like that, right? We'll see that money. We're all getting...
Yeah.
We're going to see Memphis Bleak drop a new album soon, right?
Nah,
that's not to fund a new album.
He's going to invest in some more art pieces for his kids.
He's going to get a new fucking Warhol, some Basquiat shit that he ain't even draw or something. some rare Basquiat sketch from when he was 8 years old. It was doodling with crayons.
He gonna say, so I got your wrist on my wall, or he gonna say something.
I got your house note on my baby crib. Okay. Yes, Jay-Z, according to Forbes, is $2.5 billion worth. Now look, I say this all jokingly, of course, because number one, we talked about this before. I don't put a whole lot of stock into this Forbes shit, man. Like, they're guessing, okay? They're guessing, and it's very much a PR stunt at this point.
Yeah, they pretty much just kind of try to add up everything he got. Like
what they think his assets are worth.
Yes. Yeah. So it's not like money. He got $2.5 billion. It's more, his assets, what he got, what his ownership in this. They try to add all that up. So that's what it is.
Yeah. So
and what's weird about this, man, sometimes like it could be a thing where he got less than that. He don't got nowhere near that. Or it could be a thing where he got way more that we don't even know about.
Could be in some offshore bank accounts that don't get taxed. Who knows?
Yeah,
But
he could have he probably I mean I'm sure he probably have a lot of property that he don't brag about. That's like, damn, he owned that building or he owned that franchise and it's just not out there.
yeah, no, definitely. Like there's no way Forbes knows really what he's worth. And he wouldn't know unless he tried to sell everything he owns, and
Yeah.
whatever people are willing to buy it for would be what he
Mhm.
gets.
Yeah.
But anyway, either way, good for him, man. Look,
It's
Jay-Z is
true.
somebody we saw come from the bottom, man. Okay. He came, his story is inspirational in a way. The fact that he talks about how nobody wanted to sign him as a rapper. So he had to put his own album out with his own people. And to go from that to be, the biggest, wealthiest rapper, I guess. Look, I'm not gonna say it's a win for black people because it's not,
Yes.
but it's inspiring to see, man. I think Jay-Z's the GOAT personally, rap wise. So
Yeah.
good for him.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
ain't get an invite to the Rock Nation brunch though. So
Yeah.
that's our bad.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a cool story, man, because a lot of people that are, in that same category, not category, but in that same price range, we really never related to because I don't know, maybe I'm too young, but I never related to Oprah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like maybe, I mean, I don't, Tyler Perry ain't worth that much, but just people, that been rich for so long and just so, away from us, I never really related to. But Jay-Z was the one that we all can kind of relate to. And he wasn't like a industry plant or anything that was set there and everything was given to him. He actually had to work his ass off. He wasn't the best rapper back then. And he had to climb his way up. So yeah, man. It's weird because when you look back in that time, you wouldn't never thought Jay-Z be the worth $2.5 billion.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't think that was the rapper that would make it the furthest out of everybody. And he was in the class with all type of people, man, that was probably way more talented than him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, somebody tried to make the point that Jay-Z was never the hottest rapper out. But look, man, he has longevity. Like he's like the LeBron James of rap at this point, man. Like, or LeBron James is like the Jay-Z of basketball. But
Yeah.
the longevity matters, man. He's been relevant his whole career, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's always in there. He just got named the #1 rapper of all time, which people are still arguing about. But hey, look, it is what it is, man. He's outlasted all of his peers at this point, and he's still relevant. So good for him, man. Who knows if we get a new album from him anytime soon. We'll see. But
Yeah, I don't see it, man.
yeah, I don't know, man. Unless he has something profound to say or I feel like he's not gonna drop anything unless it's really good. And he's not gonna drop some shit just to drop it. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Other shit. Oh yeah, I did see this. We might have to bring back What a Bro Knows for this, man, because I saw an interesting story. I don't know if you were talking about this on the podcast, but there was a tab says hold up. So who is Michael Jordan? You mean like how much is he worth? I know he's trying to sell the Hornets.
He talking about a rap because we said Jay-Z was like
I get you now.
LeBron. So who is Michael Jordan? Hey,
I
that's a
meant
good question.
I meant the when I
actual
said the
player.
announcement, I meant of the how long he's lasted. I wasn't saying like if all rappers were NBA players, he would be LeBron. Because I think he would be Jordan to me. LeBron might be like a Drake, maybe.
I think so. Because a lot of people might not like the way Drake move, but he's putting up numbers.
Yeah.
And he's putting up numbers. And I hate to bring up the whole numbers thing, but he's breaking, different little records and he's staying very consistent, probably the most consistent rapper from his class. So you might not like him, but at some point it's kind of like, all right, gotta give him his flowers. And I think that's what people doing with LeBron now.
Yeah. No, I think that makes sense because people argue, you know, Jordan's the best because he has the most rings. I think Jay-Z has more classic albums than Drake,
Yeah,
definitely. When you think of Jay-Z classic albums, people would say Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, American Gangster, maybe. People
Black
like
Album.
444, Black Album, of course, is in there. But when you think of classic Drake albums, people say Take Care and then Nothing Was
Yeah,
the Same, maybe. I don't know. Everything
yeah,
else is kind of blended
yeah.
together.
Mm-hmm.
But Jay-Z or Drake is like LeBron, how LeBron has pretty much eclipsed all of Jordan's stats by this point. Drake has made a lot of money off of rap, man. His numbers are like ridiculous, and he's selling more than
Mm-hmm.
any rapper is right now.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
his music is always on the Billboard charts.
yeah,
So
he's
yeah,
broken records made by like Prince and the Beatles and all these classic artists, man. So when it comes to numbers, and nobody's gonna touch Drake at this
yeah,
point. But
yeah,
quality versus quantity at some point, man. People gonna argue Jay-Z is the GOAT. People gonna say Jordan's the GOAT because you just like them more.
yeah,
And the championships and classic albums kind of go together in that analogy, I guess. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think Drake can eventually top Jay-Z?
In what manner?
Just like I don't like I hate bringing up numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's hard to judge with music, and I kind of had this argument with John Lopez, but like I don't want to sit there and say, oh, how many Grammys Drake got compared to Jay-Z, because we know that's all flawed.
Mm-hmm.
But just as far as like street talk, barbershop talk, do you think it get to a point where people would be like, man, Drake is like, this project is like, I think he's better than Jay-Z at this point now. Like
I
he's
think
the
it's
GOAT.
already being had, but I feel like
Because we had that talk with Jay-Z eventually, because a lot of people wasn't saying Jay-Z was the greatest of all time.
yeah.
But it got to a point where you're like, man, he's the best. He's the best I've seen. So I wonder if Drake will get. Do you think Drake will get to that point where we doing the same thing?
I think it's gonna come down to old head versus new head, man. I think like the newer generation is probably gonna see Drake the way we see Jay-Z, maybe. But
Yeah,
like as far as like the old head hip hop heads, like they're never gonna put Drake above, or they're never gonna put Drake as a number one rapper. You're gonna say Nas or Jay. It's gonna be or Tupac or Biggie. He's
yeah,
not gonna pass up any of those rappers for them. The new generation, maybe they see Drake as, but then again, even like the new generation, I don't think they like Drake like that. Like they're Drake fans, but I feel like a lot of people don't say he's their favorite rapper. You
yeah.
know,
To me, I feel like they kind of treat him how people treated Jay-Z at some point,
yeah.
where they acknowledge him, but he wasn't they felt like it wasn't their favorite rapper.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he kind of in that category now, where they just leave him. They acknowledge him, but they just leave him out.
It could be, man. It could be. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think those debates are going to ramp up in about 5-10 years once, because Drake is already teasing his retirement or at least slowing down from music.
yeah,
So I think once he leaves for a while and people miss him, people will start talking about his legacy and where he matches up. So
yeah.
we'll
But
see.
yeah, it's so hard to judge this shit too, because like I said, I hate when people try to bring up like compare numbers and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, don't nobody really care about stats when it comes to music like that.
Yeah.
And me and John Lopez from In the Loop, we kind of had a back and forth, because he said it again, man. He said Taylor Swift is in the same category as Michael Jackson. And I'm just like, man, like, and his point, his proof was, look at how many AMAs Taylor Swift got, and and look what Michael Jackson got. And he was like comparing numbers, and sales and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, we in 2023, man. Like a lot of these numbers are going to be high.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm like, man, I was so flabbergasted because I'm like, man, you lived during the Michael Jackson era. Like, the impact he had. And like Taylor, and look, I'm not shitting on Taylor Swift at all. I felt like, honestly, she don't get as much. I feel like we don't give her as much credit, as she should get as far as performing. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like she could put on a good show. And we kind of look at Taylor Swift as kind of like, nah. But I feel like she do put on a good show. But she not in the same zip code as Michael Jackson, man. Like, I feel like that's a little disrespectful to Michael Jackson.
I mean, cultural impact is more important to me than fucking record sales, man. Like, yes. Yeah, Taylor Swift won a lot, but Michael Jackson got the world doing the moonwalk, man. Like, what is Taylor Swift's moonwalk? Like, what is her red jacket from the Thriller video? What is her Billie Jean at the Motown 25th anniversary show? Like, what is that for Taylor Swift? Does she have any of those moments that everybody knows about, even if you're not a fan of those people?
Yeah.
Like you say, well, that one show she did at one point was something. I don't know. I know Bad Blood. Okay, I know a couple songs, but no artist is ever going to have the impact that Michael Jackson had, man. Nobody, man. People just need to stop the arguments. Nobody's going to have it. And I don't care how many records you sell. I don't care how many Spotify streams you got. There's never going to be another version of Michael Jackson ever again.
Yeah.
Like, that time of that superstar is over.
Yeah. So. And what's crazy is he been doing this since he was like 5 years old.
Yes.
He been a star since he was like 5 years old up until he died.
Tab says all she got is some stupid teardrops on her guitar. And look, like you said, Taylor Swift is talented, man.
Yeah.
Like I heard she puts on a hell of a show and she deserves credit, but yeah, John looks tripping with that, man.
Yeah.
Don't bring out some AMAs as a reason why she's up there with Michael Jackson. Come on now.
Yeah. And look, like I said, I feel like we should give Taylor Swift a little more credit in this era because we always talk about Beyonce. We talk about people like Bruno Mars. I feel like Beyonce and Taylor Swift could kind of go back and forth a little bit as far as performing. I feel like she doing a lot of numbers with the ticket sales. She breaking records and all that stuff. People going crazy over Taylor Swift. So I won't ever overlook that. But to me, I think it's a bit of a stretch putting Beyonce in the categories of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, no, I'm heavily against that too, man.
Yeah, so and I like Beyonce. I just think, man, Michael Jackson ain't just no regular tier. I think the only person that should be in that conversation is Prince. I think those the only two that had that type of impact. Prince was a little more raunchier, a little more edgier, but outside of that, man, I don't think you could just put anybody up there with Michael Jackson. Say, how long? Look, man, let's be real. I ain't know who Taylor Swift was until Kanye took the mic from her.
Mm-hmm.
And then remember, she was only doing country music.
Yeah.
So she just started doing pop music probably like 10 years ago. So you mean 10 years, 10 years of pop music can put you up there with Michael Jackson? I just don't see it, man. Maybe we could have the conversation when Beyonce like 55, 60, is still going at it and still have the same impact she have now. Then we can have that. But man, come on, find me somebody who was Michael Jackson-ish from the age of 5 until he died. I think he was like 59, 60, somewhere around there. Like I'm tired of people just putting people up there with Mike like he was just just the Golden State Warriors or some shit.
Yeah, man. Michael Jackson was only 50 years old when he died.
He was only 50?
Yeah.
Damn.
50 years old.
I think I might be thinking about Prince.
Yeah,
Because Prince was
Prince was a
in his
little old. Wait, was
he was
he?
in his
What
late
Prince?
50s. I want to say he was like 58,
Prince was
59,
57.
57. Okay,
Yeah, he
that's
was a
what it
little
was.
older,
But
but
damn, Mike
yeah,
was only 50. That's crazy.
yeah. I think Michael Jackson and my mom were the same age,
Mm,
so yeah, it hurt
okay.
her really hard when he died. But
Damn.
he was a super fan. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's nothing like our society can't produce a star as big as Michael Jackson anymore, man. We just don't lift anybody up that high. And
Yeah.
the way social media is, the way people are more isolated now, and we don't consume the same music, we don't see the same TV shows, there's no MTV no more. People don't watch the Grammys anymore. Like there'll never be a star that big ever again, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially
It's
during
just
that
over
time.
now. Yeah.
Especially during that time, because now, you can see a lot of the fans. And some of the fans might be a little reckless where it kind of impact how you feel about the artist.
Mm-hmm.
So like I might feel a certain type of way about Taylor Swift because her fans are all in my, DMs or in my
Mm-hmm.
comments. So just off of that strength, I'm like, I don't care for it like that. But you didn't really get that from Mike. It seemed like everybody liked Mike. You had people in other countries that didn't even speak English that was singing his songs word for word. Like, show me some shit like that with Taylor Swift, and then we can possibly have a conversation.
Yeah. No,
So
and think about it. Like, think of like Bad Bunny, for example. Bad Bunny is like one of the biggest artists out, of not the biggest artist out right now. He had like the number one selling album for most of last year. And
yeah,
you can still go places and they don't know who Bad Bunny is.
yeah,
Like there's nowhere you could go in Michael Jackson's prime and say mention Michael Jackson and have somebody be like, who?
yeah,
At no point during like the mid 80s or early 90s through his death did anybody get confused when you said Michael Jackson.
yeah,
Like, who's that? But Bad Bunny, people don't know who the fuck what's Bad Bunny. Can't name
yeah,
one song by Bad Bunny.
yeah.
So
I couldn't name a song from Bad Bunny, man.
yeah, I
So
can't either, honestly. But like he's the biggest star out right now, man. So yeah,
yeah,
it's just
so,
impossible. Nobody will ever be Michael Jackson again after Michael Jackson, man. It's just he's in a tier on his own, and there's no
yeah,
point in even debating. So and so is right up there. No, they're not. Okay,
yeah,
nobody ever was. Nobody ever will be.
yeah. I think the closest person was probably Prince because
Yeah,
I wouldn't push back with nobody if they say Prince was better.
Madonna was up there too in her prime. There were
Yeah,
some people. Prince's biggest flaw was that he just made a lot of music. Like he
yeah,
released, if you look at his discography, he released an album from 1979 through like 2013. An
yeah,
album every single year, sometimes more than one a year.
yeah,
And his output was just crazy. But Michael Jackson made you wait once he hit it really big. And so a new Michael
yeah.
Jackson album was a big deal.
Yeah, and he was like, and honestly, he was like he was more star driven.
Yeah.
So he like Prince will give you some shit that's like it depends what type of bag Prince is in.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might get nothing but guitars or something. I don't know. It depends what Prince is on. He gonna give you what he feel.
Yeah.
But Michael Jackson, he coming to you with the slaps. He coming
Yeah.
with you. He coming with a number one hit. And not to mention he had a big team behind him too.
Yep.
So, you had the Berry Gordies or you had all type of people behind him giving him his shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like that alone, to me, I think that's better, but I'm not mad at people for, feel like they were more Prince. To me, that's kind of like the pop version of like the Beatles versus the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, felt like a lot of white people I talked to felt like
Mm-hmm.
the Beatles were more poppy, and the Rolling Stones is more edgy and bad. Like it's kind of like Jay-Z versus Nas type thing. But yeah, man, like outside of Prince, man, it shouldn't even be a conversation.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
people trying to make it a conversation. Like, oh, look what she doing. Like, man, no,
Yeah,
man.
and that's like I said before. That's how you know this generation is ass because they always got to compare their stars to older ones to legitimize them. Man, is like nobody. I doubt anybody in Michael Jackson's prime was debating who's better, him or James Brown. You know, was that a debate? Who's bigger, James Brown or Michael Jackson? Like nobody even thought to compare that at that point, man, because he was in a tier of his own. He could be compared. He was by himself at that
Yeah,
point. So, but
yeah,
Taylor Swift to boost her or Beyonce to boost Beyonce up, we got to have a discussion of is she better than Michael Jackson?
yeah,
Like the fact that you even got to have a discussion proves that she's not, because you got to
yeah,
invoke somebody else's name to boost her up.
yeah.
So it's
Because
silly.
Beyonce should just be Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all it should be. It should be like, oh, that's Beyonce, or other people. That's the next Beyonce. If you're looking at Chloe Haley or
Yep.
Chloe Bailey, oh yeah, I can see her being the next Beyonce or something. You don't see none of that.
Yep.
So no, I agree, man. I'm sick of it, man.
Oh yeah, how do you feel about that? Have you seen that show, The Swarm? I guess it's like the
I
new Donald Glover thing or something.
No, I heard of it, but I heard it's pretty much based on based on the Beehive, like crazy Beyonce fans. But
Okay.
the character in the I guess the character in the show is supposed to be like a crazy Stan,
Hmm.
but that's why it's called Swarm, because Beehive Swarm. But um the character in the show is not Beyonce. It's like some regular star,
Yeah.
and she like a crazy serial killer or some shit. But I did see the clip, the infamous clip that been going around about the show.
With Chloe Bailey, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, apparently Chloe and Damson Idris had like a sex scene in this show, and apparently allegedly it led to the split between Damson and Lori Harvey, who we just found out were dating like a couple weeks ago, it feels like. And now
yeah,
they're already done. And reportedly it was because she was upset because of this sex scene, which is a pretty raw sex scene, as all TV show sex scenes are now, super
it
raw.
was. Man, I'd be curious, like, do they be actually having sex for real?
Nah,
Or
they're
is
not.
it, yeah,
Nah, they're not. But it's
no,
very, very, very
it be
convincing.
looking like porn, man.
Hmm.
Like, damn, like how can you fake this?
Yeah. No,
especially
they
especially as a man. Like, just imagine you acting and you got to act like you having sex, and pretty much, everything covered is, like your man part is covered, but you got to act like you, like, how could you do that?
I feel like it would be difficult to like because you got to remember, like we see it as just them. They're looking at like a whole cast of people. They got the lighting, the director, the
Yeah.
writer, motherfuckers, catering and shit. So it's
Yes.
like I'm sure they're not really getting in the mood with
Yeah.
that many people around, that many spots, probably hot in the bitch too. Like it's all uncomfortable. So I'm sure that kind of helps with you not like fucking getting too into it. But
Yeah.
it's
But
just acting, man.
it's acting, so you got to act like you really doing it.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
not, you can't just fake the funk and play around. You got to act like you really having sex. So just that, like, just imagine somebody say, "Hey, Ryan, I'll pay you this amount of money. Just act like you're having sex. Like, you got to make it look realistic." Like, how crazy would that be? And how uncomfortable would that be?
No, it
So
is. Like a lot of people, I mean, people, actors have talked about it, like how other actors try to get each other through it because it's awkward for everybody involved, man. Like these people are married
yeah,
with kids and shit most of the time. So it's very
yeah,
awkward. But I mean, look, that's what people want to see. Okay. And
yeah,
that's what got people talking about this show. So that's what people want to see. And yeah, so Chloe continues her descent into thottery, it seems like, with this damn sex scene, and apparently
yeah,
broke up uh Black Twitter's favorite couple of Damson and Lori Harvey. So maybe Chloe and Damson in the future. Who knows? But
I know.
very unfortunate for them.
Yeah, and apparently I think Damson was only on that episode. He was only on that show for 45 minutes. So he wasn't like a cast going on. I don't know if Chloe was on there that long either. So I might have to check the show out to see what it is, because a lot of people have been talking about it, which made me not really want to watch it. But I kind of keep an eye out on who liked the show. Because I'm like, oh, this person, she be watching Power all the time and all that shit. So if she liked this show, I probably ain't gonna like it.
Yeah.
But I heard it was very Jordan Peele-ish. So take it for what you want with that. So yeah, I might check it out to see what it's about.
I heard people were trying to get Donald Glover out the paint again, because some quote he had about making this show, how he told the lead actress like to act like an animal and don't humanize the person. And people got upset about that. Why are you telling a black woman to act like an animal? I've noticed the black female Twitter has seemed to really turn on Donald Glover lately. It's like no matter what he says, they got a problem with it. I feel like he should just stop talking. You know, he wants to be a director. He wants to direct and write and stuff. I feel like he should let the art speak for itself. He should probably stop doing these vanity pieces about his own work and just do the work. Because no matter what he says, people got a problem with it. It seems like now they've been trying to get him out for a minute now.
Yeah, since they found out he had a white wife.
Yeah, it's been all downhill. Him and Jordan Peele, but Jordan Peele has gotten less criticism, I feel. Donald Glover, for some reason, they just seem to be packing all the pressure on him.
Yeah, maybe because Jordan Peele, he at least put in a little work. Like he did have the TV show at first that everybody liked, and then what's the movie Get Out?
Yep.
So at least that buy them a little time before they get tired of them.
I literally searched Swarm Donald Glover. The first article that came up was from The Root, and it said, "Forget Swarm. Donald Glover has a history of insulting black women. Will he ever atone?" And they brought up his whole history of things he said in the past. If this ain't a hit piece, I don't know what it is, man. Because that's literally the first thing that came up when I searched Swarm Donald Glover was that article. I didn't see no cast listing. I didn't see no nothing. The first thing that came up when I searched it was
I see
story, man. It's like, and I don't even, it's not even that, it's only got like 50 comments. So it's not like a very viral piece.
But it's the first thing that popped up.
Yes. Nah, this is a hit piece, man. The man is out to get Donald Glover, it seems like. They want to knock him down the peg.
Yeah. But see, it's a little tricky because like which man is trying to get Donald Glover? Because a lot of like I feel like a lot of white people like Donald Glover because he played in I think what's the show?
Community.
He played in Community, and for some reason white people like these type of shows. It's like, oh, it's a little raunchy, it's a little dirty, so you know they support that type of stuff. But yeah, man, I don't know.
He upset somebody, it seemed like, because it used to be everybody loved Donald Glover. Remember when he made This Is America?
Everybody, oh my God, yes.
So many, everybody was picking out all the references and hidden meanings behind every frame and everybody that was in it. He was twerking and dancing. He meant the state of the black man right now. They see us as monkeys and just dancing around, some shit like that. Yeah. Every frame, everything had like a secret meaning. And now suddenly, every time he says anything, Black Twitter on his ass. I'm like, what happened? And I feel like he hasn't changed much. So what happened that people just hate him now?
Do he talk that much? Because I feel like he don't really talk that much. He don't do music. I feel like he don't talk that much. I guess
he gives an interview every once in a while, and people nitpick and just have a problem with whatever he says.
Yeah.
So let me see what this article says. What are the other? He said, that following the Christmas, how popular show Atlanta poorly portrayed Black women, he did a bizarre Q&A with Interview Magazine to address the controversy, and he interviewed him. I remember this. He interviewed himself, and he asked himself if he was afraid of Black women. It's like, and he also accused himself of using Black women to question his Blackness. In past comedy sketches and on his albums, he joked about allowing non-Black women to call him the N-word during sexual encounters, fetishized Asian women, and made light of sexual assault. Okay, I feel like that's a stretch because there's no examples of this.
Yeah.
So out of context, this is a hit piece, man.
Yeah.
Like this had an agenda behind it. It was very silly to put this out and then have it be the number one thing you see when you search Swarm Donald Glover.
Yeah. Yeah, because where is that at? Like, I never heard of none of this.
I mean, some of this shit is just typical rap shit, man. Like he was a comedian at one point. People forget he was a comedian at one point. So a lot of his early rap shit was like just straight up jokes and sarcasm.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you start, I guess since he's in a different space and era, he wants to be taken more seriously. So people are just nitpicking anything he says. But come on, man. I'm not a fan of Don Glover like that, really. But even I think it's going a little too far. It's a little ridiculous now. But whatever.
Yeah, they on his ass.
Yeah, I might watch the show just to support him, even though it might be ass. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll break it down if we watch it.
See if there's anything toxic towards Black women in it. Oh yeah, one other thing I saw, and we might have to bring back What a Bro Knows for this. Now I don't know if you saw, there was a viral video of a guy or no, a woman who was getting a lap dance by Chris Brown at a Chris Brown concert. And this woman was like on FaceTime or on IG Live, like making a recording of it on her phone and shit, and was looking on the phone. And Chris Brown took the phone and threw it away and kept dancing on her. And she acted surprised for a second, but she still went with it. Now apparently, the boyfriend of this woman, announced that he is no longer with her. And the story goes something like this. A man has sensationally claimed on TikTok he broke up with his girlfriend after she received a steamy lap dance from singer-songwriter Chris Brown during a recent concert. The boyfriend shared footage of the girlfriend receiving the lap dance from the singer during a UK date of his Under the Influence tour. Her distraught boyfriend, Dash, shared the footage along with the description POV, buying my girlfriend front row tickets to see Chris Brown. I want my €500 and my girlfriend back. In a more recent update, he revealed that he had broken up with his girlfriend over the encounter. Quote, just to update everyone regarding the Chris Brown concert, I'm no longer with my girlfriend, he explained. He added that his girlfriend doesn't think what she did was wrong. What are your thoughts on this, Figgy? Was this out of bounds? Should he have just been more secure in his manhood and let stinky, sweaty Chris Brown twerk and dance all over her? Or was he right in telling her to hit the bricks?
Man, this is tough. This is a tough question, man, because look, I would want my lady to have a good time and have fun. And honestly, I think it's an honor if Chris Brown pick you out and dance on you on stage and all that stuff. Now, I would be skeptical if they went backstage or something and then they went to an after party with them and all that. I would be like, I don't know about that. But if it was just strictly on stage and, she have a little fun and all that stuff, I probably would let it go. I probably wouldn't want to see it. Like, I'll see it the first time, but I would be sitting there like, oh yeah, look at my girl getting a lap dance. I wouldn't be doing all that. But I would probably let it go, to be honest, man. I don't think I would throw away everything we built because of Chris Brown picked you out at a concert. Because what I mean, what if you was in that situation? You might be at the concert with the girl or something. I don't know. And he like, hey, come here. You start picking people up, and one of them is your girl. Like, is she supposed to just that's all right and just walk off, or just kind of go with it a little bit? So I don't know, man. I'll probably, depending on how it go, I will probably let it go. But if it's like hey, let's go backstage and we could go on my tour bus and all that stuff, that's when I cut it off. Like, nah, we ain't about to do that. You ain't about to have a good time with your celebrity crush, and then and let him have your way with you, and then you come back to old me. Like, we ain't about to do that. But if it was just some stage type shit and then she come back down, then I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah, I'll have an issue with it, man. I don't know if I would break up right there and then. I'd probably make some excuse of like other things that bothered me. But honestly, man, I don't know if I could fuck around with that, man, because it's like, look, the issue is for me, like, there's a real possibility that Chris Brown gonna fuck a random fan, and if you looking a little too excited during that lap dance, I know you thinking about it too. So that's my issue, man. Like, look, and people want to compare, like, well, if Janet Jackson did it to you, then girls say I'll be okay with it. I will tell you to get up there. I'm like, look, Janet Jackson ain't fucking me, man. Okay, she ain't gonna ask me to go backstage. Like, if Rihanna gave me a lap dance, she ain't gonna like say what's up and get my number and shit. That's the end of it. And even that don't happen to guys no more, man. That era is over.
Mm-hmm.
So Ice Spice ain't gonna twerk on me at a show, dog. So that era is over. Number one. Number two, it would bother me, man. It was just like because I feel you would always think of like, wow, if this nigga just wanted my girl, you could have just taken her. So I'd be like, hey, go for it, girl. Go ahead and get him, but you ain't coming back over here.
So it's a no for you?
Nah, I couldn't rock with it, man. I couldn't rock with it. I couldn't. Because like, if you look at the video, it's not like some just PG-13 ass. Like, he was grinding on her, dog. Like, he was all up grabbing her hair, touching on her. This nigga stunk and was sweaty because he was dancing and pop locking all night. The lights are all hot and shit. So it's like, I don't even want to be around you after that, man. You let this fucking cokehead, drug addict twerk on you, and I'm supposed to take you home and sleep in the same bed? Nah, man. I ain't going with it.
So even if it was a thing where he kind of did that, then she got back off stage and that was it. It's just like, nah, you for the streets.
Yeah, probably. Because number one, I'll be like, girl, don't go up there. If she went up anyway, I'll be like, okay, well,
you for the streets.
It's okay for me to cheat, right?
See, that's what I was going to bring up. That I was just going to bring that up. That could be a perfect time for you to have your own I cheat card. Like, oh, you did this, so I get to go out and have some fun.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say it like that. I would, if I got caught, I would bring up it'll be like a trap card in Yu-Gi-Oh. Be like, she catch me talking to some other girl or being with some other girl. Hey, you remember that time I told you not to get up there with Chris Brown? You went up there anyway, and got sweated on and grinded on.
Yeah.
Now I got you back. Now we can start fresh, okay?
Yeah,
you got a lap dance. I got pussy. Now we're even.
Yeah. see, I feel like women, like all the women are saying, "Oh, I'll be cool with Janet Jackson." All right, when if it was like Glorilla or Ice Spice, somebody like a lower tier person, or
somebody I might actually could fuck, maybe
somebody that might give you the day.
Mm-hmm.
They would not be down with that, man. Like, they cool with the super Beyonces and all that stuff doing it because they know you ain't got a chance with them. But if it's like Erica Banks, let's say somebody like Erica Banks, it's like, oh, I see this girl all the time.
Yep.
She be out and about. So they wouldn't be down with that one.
Yes, only somebody like out the norm. But
yes,
I mean, Chris Brown could actually get. Chris Brown actually be fucking these randoms, man. So
no, he
could definitely get your girl if he wanted. He made a song about it.
Yes, it's not like he the type of star that don't mess with. He only mess with top tier. He have a lot of people that you never heard of that look good, but it'd be like, damn, where is she from? Who is this person? Yep. So it's not like he only dates celebrities or, you got to be stupid rich. Like a nigga would date anybody, but women like Janet Jackson, they have a certain tier where if you don't know the person they dating, is most likely a billionaire you never heard of. So they ain't gonna date no regular dude.
Yeah, ain't no random's gonna be up there with a fucking Beyonce, man. Come on now, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just my take on it, man. But we will next time we have a woman on the podcast, we will definitely run that by her because I'm sure somebody like a Jasmine would defend it.
Of
we
course,
have to go back and forth.
I think every woman will probably defend that.
Of course,
we're having fun. Having fun. Like I would have a problem with Janet Jackson did that to you. They probably said the same. I'm guaranteed. Yeah. I wouldn't be mad.
Definitely. Yeah. So
I'm no. First of all, Chris Brown is your favorite artist. So of course
you've been dreaming about him since you were 13 years old. Okay, I know you would if you could.
You slander Rihanna because of him.
Yep.
Like, all right, let me get my pick of the litter and get a lap dance. Like, no, don't just put Janet Jackson on me. I don't want Janet Jackson. Like, don't give me Sierra. give me Ice Spice.
Yeah, we gonna keep that one in the tuck next time we have a What a Bro Knows featuring a female guest. We'll ask them how they feel about that and then destroy their logic.
Yeah, don't give me nobody that's married.
Yeah.
Give me all the married women. Somebody that be still out in these clubs twerking and shit. Give me Young Miami.
Yep. Yep. Some other news. So the three men who were accused of shooting XXXTentacion were found guilty. So after like 5 years, that case has finally come to a close. I don't think they've been sentenced yet, but I think there's a mandatory life sentences for murder in Florida. So yeah, that's done. Finally, good to know the family and them got justice because it's been a long time coming. It happened 5 years ago, man. So
it seemed like it was longer than that.
Yeah. It was a while ago, man. So it's surprising that they just now got around to this trial, but seems like it's over. So that's just something to report on.
Yeah. Did you see that commercial or that trailer for, I guess it's a sit down interview with the two guys that planned the Jussie Smollett attack?
I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
Yeah, I just seen the commercial for it. Are they telling their side of the story?
Yeah.
Is that something you might be interested in looking at?
No, I don't really give a shit, man. Like, we know he lied. Like, now these guys are trying to get their 15 seconds of fame by talking. Like, we know he lied about it, man. Like, it's not like he's popping up in shit still. I haven't seen him around at all. Like, look, we know he lied. We got our jokes off. He became a meme for a good long while. It's run its course. I don't really care about it no more, man. Like, unless they have something really funny to say about it, I don't really care because we know he lied. We know people had his back for no reason and said we were homophobic for not believing him and shit. So all the jokes been had, all the gotcha's been done. So I don't really care in particular, man.
Yeah, I still think about that time when we brung it up on the podcast when it happened. Yeah. And I didn't know who the guy was. I didn't know nothing about the situation. And you like, man, this seemed kind of funny to me, man, because everybody was saying how sad it was.
Mhm.
You know, it's a shame and racism this and homophobic that. And you just like, man, this don't smell right, man.
Man, they have politicians talking about it. He went on fucking talk TV shows and shit, calling himself the gay Tupac. It was ridiculous time, man. And I'm like, look at the facts. Does this shit even seem realistic to you?
Yeah.
Like
You
they
walk in
poured
the
bleach
station.
on him and put a
Yeah.
noose around his neck, and he kept the noose on and went to the police station and said I was attacked.
Yeah.
What? Come on, man. So yeah,
I can't believe he did that, man. Like, what got to be going through your brain to sit there and say, you know what, we need to do something like this. You got to be
being
sick in the head, man.
basically being I don't know, just thirsty for clout. But yeah, I'm sure. Like, look, he was a gay black man in today's Hollywood. Like, he could have gone far just off of that alone. Like, he was getting good.
He was doing all right in Empire.
Yep. Yep. He was like, he could have had a future in acting and whatever else, but now it's gone, man. I think
Yeah.
he might have some mental problems. So I'm sure in a few years we'll see him come back and he'll say mental illness or mental health, something. The mental health play is coming, man.
Yeah.
When all else fails, mental health. Because
Yeah.
you know what? We don't talk enough about mental health. Okay? We
We
don't talk
don't.
enough about it. No matter how much we talk about it every single day, it's not enough. Okay? We had people at the White House. Who was that who came to talk about fucking some celebrity came to the White House to talk about mental health? I forget who it was, but it's like, look, we need to bring awareness to mental health, okay? We're not aware enough.
Was it Megan Thee Stallion?
Nah, it was somebody. Let me
Because
look it up.
she was hanging out with the vice president. Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
Jason Sudeikis, yeah. Jason Sudeikis
Oh,
of
okay.
the Ted Lasso show.
Ted Lasso, yep.
Yeah, came to the White House to bring awareness to mental health. Yes. We need to be more aware, okay?
So they wasn't aware of it.
We need more awareness, man. It's like we just don't talk about it enough. Okay. I need to hear from every athlete, every actor, every person on social media. I want nobody to talk about anything else but mental health. Okay. How are you feeling today?
The worst part about this is,
tell me why you can't work because you're fucking have your mental load is just off. Tell me that.
The worst part about this is it's such a gray area. So you can't really shit on somebody, be like, oh, ain't no mental health. But they can just use it as an excuse to get out of some shit. It's just like, man, you can't even like patrol it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, that shit crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's great because you can't prove somebody doesn't have mental health issues. I mean, we all do. So it's a great play for the desperate. Hey, I was showing out on Instagram drunk and showing a gun. Mental health.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mental health. I was going through some things mentally.
Yep.
So
I fucking did coke and was involved in a hit and run. Mental health. Okay. The only thing you can't use mental health for is beating women or anything against women. Because the women card trumps every card. Black women, okay, it's black women card, then women card, then mental health. Those are the tiers. Okay. When it's a black woman, you being a black woman alone trumps everything. Okay. Because that's every card rolled into one. Mental health and women. Then women, period. And then it's mental health. Okay. I remember when that I know you remember that video of that woman who was caught she was speeding and went through an intersection and killed like 8 people.
Oh yeah, that was
and they found it was a black woman.
Yeah.
Like people were caping for her, dog.
That was
you don't know what she was going through.
Yeah, she was going like 100-something miles an hour.
Yes.
That's when something blew up. and I think I think that was like her third offense,
Yes.
reckless driving or some shit.
Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't her
And she
first
wasn't
rodeo.
drunk or anything, apparently.
Yeah,
So, and then once they found out she was a black woman, like the capes came out, man. I don't know what she was going through. What man did something like I legit, I'm not making fun of it. I seriously saw this shit on social media, man. And I'm like,
yeah,
look, she killed people, man, for no fucking
yes,
reason. We all go through some shit, but that was horrific, man. I don't want to hear
yeah,
no fucking excuses for some people. Okay.
yeah,
But nah, no matter what, it's like she deserves our empathy and grace. What?
yeah. Some
I
people
don't get
just
it.
don't deserve a sympathy card at all.
Yeah.
A perfect example, Robert Kelly.
Yep.
I felt like he went through a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and but that's not excusing what he did. Is not excusing
Yep. No,
anything.
nobody allows his past trauma because he talks about being molested at a
Yeah,
young age and all this stuff. Nobody lets that fly.
yeah,
Okay. Nobody brings that up and says, you know what, that's okay. He is like fuck him regardless.
yeah,
Because he's not a one, like he doesn't get the grace that everybody, some
yeah,
other people might get.
yeah. And he shouldn't get grace.
Yeah.
But yeah, but some other people get a lot of grace.
Yeah. And look, it's just the way of the world today. Like I said before, man, sometimes I feel like it's just the pendulum swinging where, you know, the world's been so hard on and women and black women that, they get the benefit of softer coverage and more empathy in media now. I'm like, okay, but some people don't need to be some people don't need to be defended is my main
Yeah,
point. And like when you do something horrific, I don't care what your background was, I don't care who you are. If you killed people for no reason, you don't deserve any excuses made or empathy made for you, man. That is my
yeah,
thoughts on it.
yeah. And that wasn't her first time doing that shit.
Yep.
Like that was like her third time speak. Like I think I don't even know she had a license. Like she shouldn't even been driving. And she was still doing that shit.
Yeah.
So no, that was wild.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's funny. This ain't I think this is the second week in a row. I ain't trying to bag on women, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just so funny to see women defend. Like it seemed like they always try to defend something else. When they always try to blame guys for something, saying you guys just trying to put this against women, blah 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 blah. But then it's even funnier when you see other women saying, "Nah, she was wrong. She was wrong." So now they can't even use that excuse of, "Oh yeah, men just want to do this or just trying to do this and blame women and you misogynistic and all this other stuff." They can't use that when there's another woman saying the same thing. So I kind of take joy in seeing them going back and forth, like
Yeah.
seeing another black woman call out another black woman,
Mm-hmm.
and then at that point, it's like it's not even a guy thing. Like the guys stand out. Some guys be in it, but most of the times guys be standing out of it. And then that's when you see that. See, women don't really stick together, and that's why we are where we are now. Just like man, just if it's wrong, it's wrong. Like you
Yeah.
ain't got to
No,
sit
I
there
agree,
and defend.
man.
Yeah, like wrong is wrong. Like I would defend something if it's not fair, or if somebody was done wrong. But I ain't about to defend no Negroes for doing something stupid because
Mm-hmm.
they black. Like nah, like Buddy on his own. We see stuff all the time where dudes do something so stupid, and it kind of make us look stupid. And you got some idiots in the comments trying to defend it and try to take the other side.
Yep.
I'll just be like, man, nah, dude was stupid. Like I don't co-sign that. Like, dude was stupid. Sometimes
Yep.
you just gotta do that.
Yep. You stupid is stupid, man. You ain't gotta excuse it just because you feel like somebody relates to you. Like you can empathize with them because of whatever reason. No, I
Yeah,
don't care if they the biggest artist in the world. I don't care if you bought every movie they made or album they released or whatever. If they on some scumbag shit, man, it's fuck them. Okay.
yeah.
So that's where I am with it.
We
Something
got
else.
the final score real quick. Final score of the Rockets game: 151 to 114.
Wow. Well, it could have been worse. At least it wasn't
Yeah,
in the 160s.
yeah. So I always like to look at the scoring for each quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So the scoring was 42 in the first,
Jesus.
41 in the second, 36 in the third,
For the
and 30
Grizzlies, right? Yeah.
yes, and 32 in the fourth.
Yeah,
So
they
I'm
let they.
guessing I'm guessing in the fourth quarter they probably had all they bench out
Oh,
playing,
yeah.
and they scored 32 points.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. That's just how this Rocket season is gone. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully they get something in the draft. We'll see. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we didn't talk about Takashi 6ix9ine getting jumped. You have a conspiracy theory about this. You think it might be a little cap, might be a little stage, might be a little WWE. What are your thoughts on this video and report of Takashi apparently getting jumped in a LA Fitness?
Yeah, I was looking at the video, man, and I thought it was kind of weird how people were celebrating it. Like, yeah, somebody finally got like dog, he been out for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And now we celebrating because he got beat up. Like, I thought that was a little strange, but watching the video, man, like I know his face looked pretty bruised up. But man, watching the video, just how he was just stumbling around and people was in there recording and all that stuff. Like them dudes looked like they was kind of, I ain't gonna lie, it looked like they was kind of taking it easy on him. Like it looked like a backstage WWF type of ambush. Like to me, like I don't trust Tekashi 6ix9ine at all. Like he do a lot of shit for clout. He like I don't think he faked a fight before, but I think he did something a little similar where we thought he was caught slipping, but he wasn't. And to me, like when was like we haven't talked about Tekashi 6ix9ine in a long time.
Yeah.
And I think his run been over. But I wouldn't look, man. This is the most we talked about in a long time. I would be surprised because look, I feel like he always had some type of security, and which was weird that his security ended up coming out making a statement talking about he want to fight the dude for 10K. And I'm just like, come on, man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. But I don't know, man. I just think to me it just sounds funny, man. It sounds funny. I know he looked beat up, but I felt like it could have been worse. I think it was one dude, or I think it might have been one or two dudes beating him up.
Okay, I found the video. Let's play some of the video, man. It's in a rundown. Right. We can react to it. I think this is a more full video than what I saw initially. Right. So yeah, we can kind of react to it. It looked like it was 3 guys involved in it. So yeah, I looking at the whole video, man. I don't know if I think it's staged because I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Like anything is possible, I guess, but it looked like there was some real blows being thrown. Let's take a look. We got a man in an MMA jiu-jitsu pose about to start ground and pounding on Takashi pause. And yeah. Apparently this happened in Miami, I think, West Palm Beach, Florida. So
yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought it was in LA for some reason.
Yeah, because it was an LA Fitness.
Yeah, all right, here we go.
So let's see.
What?
Okay, we got a guy.
I don't think it's no sound.
Yeah, we don't need sound for it. Okay, we got a guy kicking, doing some soccer kicks to the head. 2 bald guys. I don't know what their ethnicity is. Yeah, I don't know, man. No tattoo. I don't know what that means. But yeah, this dude is getting kicked in the face, punched. Takashi on the ground, covering up, not trying to fight back. Is eating some kicks, eating some more kicks. I don't know what the fuck this tattoo shit means. He's eating some punches. Yeah, they're recording and beating his ass at the same time, which is pretty interesting. Takashi trying to get up. He trying to plead his case or something. and he's getting punched some more. He's covering up in a fetal position, just trying to. And it looks like it's over now. There's a close up of his up. No, it's not. The guy's back, throwing some more punches. They're holding him down on the ground. He's on the bathroom floor, which is I'm a germaphobe, so that shit's nasty on its own.
Oh my god!
I don't imagine him laying on the bathroom floor.
Yeah,
Is just
your
nasty.
face on the bathroom floor.
And an LA Fitness too, man. Niggas walking around naked and shit. So yeah, it's he's more him just on the ground, getting held, grabbed by the hair now. They're talking shit to him, saying something. And he's covering up, getting punched some more, kicked some more. Looks like he has a bloody face. Man,
yeah.
I don't know if I could call it fake, man.
Yeah, I didn't see this one. The only one I seen was the one that was circulating, and it was just like kicking him in the back. And he just got up, was like, oh. I was just like, man, like I just don't trust Tekashi 6ix9ine, but that one looked legit.
Yeah, I think he got his ass beat, man. But it was gonna happen eventually. Like, this motherfucker wasn't the president of the United States, man. He wasn't gonna have security around him 24/7. It was gonna happen somewhere eventually. So I have no thoughts about it. Some people are really happy about it. And you can argue that he deserved it because of the trolling he did and all the bullshit he took a part of. You know, you could say it was a long time coming. Well, it happened. You know, it could have been worse. At least he ain't get killed over this shit, I guess. But I don't know. I have no thoughts about it. I'm like, okay, whatever. They got him. Yeah. Okay. Brown Chubby Bear says, look like
Brown
3
Chubby
dudes.
Bear, what's up, man?
He's on YouTube.
Yeah. He's like the king of Texans Twitter.
Oh, okay. What up, Brown?
Got a podcast and all that. Check him out.
Okay. He said, look like 3 dudes, but he's not exactly what I would call an innocent guy. Yeah, man. Tekashi is he did a lot of trolling in his day, and that's what comes with it. So there you go.
It's funny because, like, you know, Tekashi been through a lot, man. I hate to say it like that, but remember before he got locked up, he was like, remember he was kidnapped, and they kidnapped his mother. They had his mother and all that shit. He kind of went through a lot, man, and he's still gonna have to go through it, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like after all that happened, he should have just like retired from music and social media, period, and just gone somewhere and lived his life. Like, I think him still trying to be famous, him still trying to have clout, him still trying to do music, him still trying to do podcasts and talk gang shit with Whack 100 and 21 Savage and shit. That just reminded people that he needed this.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, and that's what caught up to him, man. So I don't know.
I think his problem was, I think he could have still did music, but his problem was he was still out here talking tough. He was just like, yep, I read it. What's up? Like, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Remember, he was going around saying, ain't nobody gonna touch me. Ain't nobody gonna touch me. And, you know, it didn't work out like that. His music wasn't popping. And remember, I think we might have had the debate on, you know, if his music was still going on and people still work with him. I think the only person that worked with him was like Nicki Minaj at the time. I think that was probably like the only person, but ain't nobody want to work with him, man. And maybe it's because the way he was acting. I don't know, because I feel like we gonna get to a point where snitching ain't nothing. And people gonna still work with that person, even though they snitch. So I'm kind of curious to see. I want to keep an eye out on Gunna to see, you know, how people do that. Because I seen another rapper. I guess a rapper might have shouted him out in a song, and I guess it was reported that the rapper took his name out that song.
Oh damn!
So it was that deep. It was that deep.
Yeah, so I mean, it's over for Gunna's music, man. I feel at this point, like, niggas still ain't letting it go.
Honestly, man, I tried to listen to Gunna, and it didn't hit the same, man.
Yeah,
And I hate to judge people like that, man, because I feel like the music should be the music. If it's fire, it's fire. But man, the way people act have a big impact on it, man. And I'm not no street gangster and nothing like that, so it shouldn't even matter to me. But like, it mean a lot when you talking all this talk, and your lifestyle is totally different. So his music don't even hit the same now, man.
Yeah, I had the song "A Young Thug and Gunna 3-Headed Snake" on my workout playlist, and it came on, and I had to skip it, man. Like it don't sound the same no more, man.
Man.
So yeah, I think it's over for Gunna at this point. Like, unless
Yeah.
some miracle happens and Young Thug makes it home and he's like, Gunna's cool, don't worry about it. But
Yeah.
it's looking like he's gonna get sentenced, man. I don't think it's gonna go that well for him. So yeah, I think it's over for Gunna, man. I don't
Yeah.
see him being able to do any music and be okay with it.
Yeah, I think he'd have a better chance than Tekashi though, because I
Oh
think he makes
yeah.
better music than Tekashi, and I don't think he'd be trolling like Tekashi do. So he might can still have a little career. I don't know how big it would be, but he could probably do a little something.
We talked about it. He's got to cross over with like pop acts.
Yeah,
Maybe do a song with Doja Cat. Maybe do a song with Lil Nas X. Maybe do a song with Dua Lipa. I don't know, some other people who are not like in the hardcore rap crowd.
Yeah,
Because
or he just
he's
got to
not
go.
going to be good over there. He can't do no more Little Dirk songs no more, man.
Yeah, he just got to go straight emo. Like a lot more singing, a lot more auto tune.
Yeah.
A lot more love songs or something like that. I think he'll stick around then.
Yeah.
And probably try to cross over to that other crowd. I guess the Tekashi 6ix9ine former fans.
Yeah.
Remember he had all them weird fans. It was like white kids, little white kid. If he could get those, he might be good. he might have to get the Playboy Cardi type fans that don't give a shit.
Yeah. He might need to do rock music, man. He might have to go the Lil Uzi Vert, Playboy Cardi route and just start doing rock music or something completely different, because he can't make the same music he made before. So,
he can't.
Yeah, I think it's over for that end, but we'll see. Some people still think he did nothing wrong. We'll argue that, but we had ESG on. He validated us, okay? ESG said he snitched, so he snitched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you see that report Birdman's brother that did a lot of time and came home? I think he came home a little early.
I think I heard something about that.
Yeah, I forgot his name. Was it Baby Gangsta or something like that? Gangsta Williams,
something like that.
But yeah, it was Birdman brother who went to jail. I want to say before the Cash Money shit. It might have been before or at the very beginning. But he ended up coming home early. He had a long bid. I think he had a long bid. He tried to set somebody up for murder or something like that. But apparently it came out that dude helped like solve like 40 homicides.
Damn.
I guess that's why he ended up coming home. So I'm like, damn, that's wild. Like he might as well. Like I hope he got some benefits with the FBI and shit. That's a lot, man. Like how the hell did he do
Big
that?
Macs, man? Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time, man. That's one thing. It happens all the time. People act like it's new because rappers are involved. No, niggas take deals all the time to get off. And I don't think Gunna took a deal, but we saw what happened on camera. It's snitching no matter what you want to. Oh, they can't use it in court technically, and I don't care what his lawyer says. Okay, he snitched, man. It is what it is. So
yeah, and Birdman is Birdman's half brother. Half brother can mean anything, but
yeah,
probably got the same mom. But his name was Terrence Gangsta Williams.
Okay.
And and Lil Boosie called him the world biggest snitch.
Yeah, I remember Boozy was going in on him.
Yeah,
Yeah. Boozy
but
is like the yeah, he always has something to say about it. This is personal to him because I think he was involved in some shit like that. I think he
yeah,
could
he
have
actually
snitched
did his
and
time. Yeah,
yeah, he
he did.
did the
Yeah,
bid.
he did like 9 years,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Or I think he was supposed to do 9 years or more.
Mm-hmm.
Got out, but yeah, he called him the world biggest snitch. 40
Yeah.
people. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, man. So yeah, it
Yeah,
happens all the time, but yeah, we'll see what happens with Gunna's career. He still hasn't dropped anything since all this has happened, not that I've seen. So I
yeah,
don't know, man. We'll see.
yeah. So, oh my bad. But it's funny. I ain't realized. So, Gangsta Williams. I guess I don't know if you seen that viral picture Cash Money back in the day in the club,
Mm-hmm.
and the dude was sitting on his lap. So, somebody was sitting on another dude's lap.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he was the guy that was had another dude on his lap in the picture.
Yeah, must around the family. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how Cash Money was getting down anyway.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of some strange stuff.
No, definitely, man. I still remember that video of that Back That Ass Up performance where Birdman was trying to get more men on stage. Like, y'all niggas been fuck with me all night. I fuck with niggas too. And Juvenile was like, "Yo, we got where all the girls at? Why are this many dudes on stage?" He was picking out dudes out the crowd to get on for the Back Your Ass Up performance.
Man, that is
And
wild, man.
Juvenile was like, "Yo, we gotta find on YouTube now. Now we gotta find that."
Man, let me see.
Let me see if I can find it because now we got to react to that. Can I find it? Fuck, I don't even know what to type in to fucking find it, man. Yeah, I might not be able to find it. I can't find it. Fuck. But it was a funny. They might have removed it because of how people are. But
Yeah,
yeah, basically it was a video of a old Cash Money concert. They were
yeah.
performing Back That Ass Up or about to, and they were trying to get
Mhm.
women on stage, and Birdman was trying to get dudes on stage. And he was saying, "Y'all niggas been fuck with me all night. Get up here. I fuck with niggas too." he literally said that. He said, "I fuck with niggas too." And it's like, how am I supposed to interpret that, man? Okay.
Yeah,
There's some things people say that it's like, okay, that could mean something else. Like the cannabis eater nigga. I didn't want
yeah,
to say that line, but
yeah,
that could, I guess, technically mean something else. But that when you say I fuck with niggas too,
yeah,
I don't know how to
yeah,
interpret that, man.
yeah. Just so just imagine you in the spot and you trying to get the ladies all night. And you're
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, what about the niggas? I fuck with the niggas. Like, how do that sound?
Right.
Sound like you buy. You buy curious at least. I fuck with the niggas too. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
leave y'all out.
Yeah, I've seen that picture, man. Gangsta Williams got a man on his lap. And everybody else is standing up. I don't know, man. That's and it's not
Yeah,
like a young man, like a little kid. It's like somebody looked like they grown, or at least they're the same
yeah,
age. And he got him
yeah,
on his lap. So yeah.
yeah. It's,
Maybe
man,
he
you
liked
know,
prison, man. Maybe well, I'm surprised he took the deal. I mean, you would think, I
yeah.
don't know.
Hey, hey, it's a man. You could do a whole documentary on Cash Money and and all the such shit that was going on.
Oh yeah, but they got long money, so that'll never come out.
Yeah,
Drake and his team will block it. So,
yeah.
anything else happened this week, man? That might be it for us for this week, and not just because I want to play Resident Evil 5, which I bought today, but
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah,
How
I
is
went
it?
ahead and copped it. I haven't played it yet, man.
Oh,
Like, and
okay.
that's one thing where I'm like, I'm kind of done buying physical editions of fucking games because, like, I pre-ordered it on Best Buy and I had it shipped, but the game
Mm,
didn't come until like this afternoon. and I was at work, so I couldn't even play it, of course. But if I pre-ordered it, or if I got it digitally, I could have played it at midnight. Like
Yeah.
right when it came out, I could have downloaded it. I could have pre-downloaded it probably, and it just
Yeah.
played it instantly at midnight. But I had to fucking wait till this shit got in mail and came through. And it's like, I'm tired of these physicals, man, at this point. Like, what's the point?
Man. I know. I'm surprised you still buy him, man.
It had a nice looking steel book, like that little steel book thing it comes with. It was like a little pre-order bonus. So it had Best Buy. So I was like, let me get the steel book. But now I kind of regret it. Because it ain't that fire.
Yeah, I like is it Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 5? Oh, okay, you said 5.
4. No, Resident Evil 4. Did I say 5? I meant 4.
Yeah, you said
Resident
5.
Evil 4. Yeah.
Okay.
The remake of Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, and look, right here, I can hit purchase.
Yep. And you can download it to your PS5 from the app, and then you get home and you can play it.
Yep.
Yep. So
I love it, man. It's kind of a gift and a curse because you could just be going all through here like, oh,
yeah. Oh, this is on sale. Yeah, got it. Download. Got it. Download. Got it. Download. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day, you had to be in there. You had to choose one.
Yep.
You sitting there making the hard decision, like,
you got GameStop. You looking at the back of the box to find out more information. Okay, this is what 2 players. Okay, there's only 1 player, but it looked like a better game. You got to think.
And your mama like, hurry up, boy, or you ain't getting nothing.
You got to read reviews. You got to get the magazine and say what's better, NBA 2K or Madden this year, or NFL 2K or Madden this year. You got to compare and fucking. There's a whole lot that went into buying a game.
2K or live.
Yep. Yep. Now it's just look on Metacritic. Okay, it's got a high review. I'm gonna get it. It's only $5 anyway. It's on sale. Fuck it. It's only $20 anyway. Who cares? But yeah, man, new day and age. So I do want to play that. But not that being said, I don't think we have anything else to really talk about. Anything else happened this week?
That's it. The season finale of Snowfall.
Oh, was that any good?
I need to catch up on it, but it got spoiled for me.
Oh no!
So if you're on the timeline, you can see what happened. I mean, not see what happened, but you know what happened and who died. So, which is
I hate when they got like the name of somebody trending.
Yes,
because you get, even if you don't click on it, you know, okay, that person must have died. Yeah,
and then the worst part about it, this is what I hate about social media too, is how the actors and actresses got they got access to it. So the fucking actor that played the character was like, "Yep, it been a real one, y'all. Yeah, I hate to go out like that, but
what the fuck."
I'm like, what the fuck is he doing, man? I'm like, why is he? And then the other actor, I ain't gonna name none of the actors. I don't want to spoil it. But then the other one retweeting that, like, yeah, you played the hell out of that part, man. You went out like a G. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, the show just came on like 10 hours ago. Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all is, man, I hate that shit.
That's annoying, man. They need like the Marvel embargoes for everything. You know how like
they don't spill shit.
Yeah, you know how like they had the old actors for Spider-Man in the last Spider-Man, but they couldn't talk about it or admit that they were even in the movie.
Oh,
and they didn't even talk about it till like a month or 2 months after the movie came out. Then they started saying, "Yeah, did you like that?"
Yeah,
but they couldn't even admit that they were a part of the movie. When they made it, man, it was everybody knew because like there was pictures of them on set and shit, but they had to act like it wasn't true. And then it happened, and it's like they could talk about it because Marvel got them NDAs, man.
Yeah,
you can't talk about shit.
They would take your ass out. They cut you out the damn movie, and you won't get paid.
Yep. Nah, you cannot. You'll get sued to death. Everything should have that, man. You can't be fucking in a show and spoil it. And shit like that, and talk about how you died and all that. So that's a little annoying.
Speaking of Marvel, real quick, I know we got to head out, but I finally seen Ant-Man.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was okay. I think what's his name? Jonathan Majors.
Mm-hmm.
I think he did a good job in that movie, man.
Yeah.
And apparently, I guess Marvel gonna have a strong arm on him because I guess he gonna play in some other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So he did a real good job. He's a good actor, man. I enjoy watching Jonathan Majors. And man, I seen the funny ass tweet or post pretty much saying how they about to use Marvel about to use it. I think Marvel or just Hollywood period, but they say they about to use him like Stephen A. Smith. How
Oh
ESPN used
yeah.
Stephen A.
Mm-hmm.
Smith, and I can see that, man. So I think if he get big enough, I think he gonna get big real quick, and I can see him dipping out on Marvel. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, this is too much. It's probably hold me back from other movies I want to be in or be a part of. Like, I don't see him sticking around Marvel that long, man.
I mean, everybody dips out after a while, man. Nobody has
Yeah,
really stayed. Ant-Man is like the longest running character, and he's about to leave too, I think.
yeah,
I
but
think
see,
Chris Hemsworth is almost done too.
but if you could see how long they stayed though, like even though it wasn't, that long, it wasn't like 20 years in the making, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they stayed long enough where I think when you play a part like that, I think it can kind of hurt you a little bit because they only know you as Thor, or they only know Robert Downey Jr. as like fucking Iron Man, which
Mm-hmm.
is kind of wild, but his shit is he's Iron Man and
Yep.
the guy that played Captain America. Like I seen him he was in another show which was pretty good. I forgot the name of the show, but it's like, oh, that's Captain America. I feel like somebody like a Jonathan Majors probably don't want that to be known as the villain of this comic book movie. And we see what the Oscars do with comic book movies anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he probably getting that money, but is it gonna work in the long run? So I wonder how long he gonna stay. So
I'm sure he's already signed a deal for a certain amount of movies, so he's probably locked in for it. But I think he's an actor where he does enough. Like he was just in Creed 3 too. He's gonna be
yeah,
in this. I saw a trailer for like some World War II black
yeah,
pilot movie, and he's in
yeah.
that too.
He's in he's supposed to be playing Dennis Rodman in the
Yeah,
Dennis
he's in
Rodman movie.
enough movies to where I don't think we're gonna be like we're gonna see him and say, "Oh, that's Kang from Marvel." We're gonna be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's Jonathan Majors. He's in everything now." Kind of like Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman was the Black Panther, but he wasn't like just known as a Black Panther. He was Chadwick Boseman. He was in everything,
Was he?
man. Yeah, because he was in a bunch of movies, man. He was in
I, I I agree with that. He was
I
in a lot
think
of movies, but a lot of people kept doing this to him, man. And
yeah,
he
because
was
I mean that's a fucking Black Panther shit, man. But I don't think like I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like he was bigger than that role. At least he was on his way to be.
I think he was bigger than that role.
Mm-hmm.
But and unfortunately he didn't stay in that role too long. But I think a lot of people just look at him as I think some of the people just looked at him as the Black Panther.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like he was a good he played Jackie Robinson. He
Yeah.
played James Brown. He played a lot of stuff. But just the Black Panther stuff is the one that stuck. That stuck with everybody.
But the difference there is the two is Black Panther was the lead. Like Chadwick Boseman was the lead of the movie. He was the Black Panther. Unless you watch Marvel movies, you don't even know that Jonathan Majors was in them because he's not like Kang the movie. It's not
Yeah,
like he's gonna be the face on the poster of whatever movie he's in. He'll be somewhere on the poster, but he's not gonna be the main face because he's gonna be the villain. It's gonna be
yeah,
like fucking Fantastic Four and Kang or whoever the fuck it is. So I think being the villain and not being like the main role will help that it won't overshadow his career. And I think he's in enough movies coming up that he'll be fine regardless. But
yeah,
either way,
yeah.
I'm not surprised that he was the best part of the movie because he is a good actor. So I still want to see Creed 3. Everybody I know who's seen it said it was good. So I want to
Yeah,
see
I'm
that movie.
saying I haven't seen honestly, I haven't seen one or two.
Yeah, I don't think you see. Watch one. I think one is on a Hulu now and some other streaming services. Watch number one. One was good. Two, I heard you could just skip. I heard it wasn't all that good. Three, and look, you could probably just start with three, honestly, because it has nothing to do with Rocky anymore at this point. Sylvester Stallone is not in the movie, so you could probably just start with three. It's kind of his own self-contained movie. And it's not like the villain is somebody from Creed 1 or 2. It's a new villain in it, in Jonathan Majors. So I would say watch it, period, if you just want to see it. I don't think you have to see 1 or 2 to watch it.
Okay.
But I do want to see that movie.
Okay. Yeah,
there's a lot I still got to see. I still ain't seen Top Gun yet. I got to watch that shit at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to watch the first one because everybody kept saying you need to see the first one. I couldn't get into it, man.
Yeah, it's very 80s, man. It's very 80s.
Yeah.
But the new one, I heard everybody I know who's seen it said it was really good. Even people who I didn't think would like it said it was good. So I'm gonna watch that eventually. Okay. Some other things. I don't know what else, man. What else is coming out? What else?
You got to binge watch The Last of Us.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. Oh, my mom is saying my mom is still watching Godfather of Harlem.
Really?
She says the show's still good. Have you been watching that?
I think I watched the first episode of this season. But I've been so busy I ain't go back to it.
Yeah.
But it's like I thought it was getting a little cheesy at first because I mean, look, I'm not taking it as the gospel like it's everything 100% real. But it kind of turned me off a little bit when they changed Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Like they swap they got a new Malcolm X. And I was just like, oh, come on, man. Y'all can't even keep the one y'all got. But I'm gonna finish it. I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah, I did too. My mom is saying it didn't fall off, so I might have to catch up with it. I stopped at after season 1. I haven't seen anything since season 1, so I got a lot of catching up to do. I'm gonna check that out too, man. A lot to watch, man. A lot of shit I gotta go through.
You gotta watch Your Honor too.
Yeah, I need to see that as well. Yeah, a lot to catch up on, man. I need to. Oh yeah, my mom is still a fan of she's a fan of the Bel Air show.
Really? I haven't watched
that.
Okay.
Yeah, she says it's really good, and she didn't like the original Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Really?
She didn't, but she likes this show,
man. I don't know a lot of people that don't like the original. I was watching that shit this today.
Yeah, I think for our generation, it was a classic show because it was like hip hop ish and Will Smith, but I feel like my mom's generation, that's not her kind of show, man. Really, like she grew up on other not the Good Times and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's not really her kind of sitcom. She did like Frasier. She liked other shows, but she didn't like Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I guess that was more 90s hip hop ish than
really. It's funny when you talk to older people how much they did not like hip hop.
Yep.
My dad, I still to this day, I don't think he cared to listen to hip hop. He said once that shit came in the 80s, he was just like, man, I don't like all that. He like they taking everybody's music and sampling James Brown. Oh my goodness. And then he always bring up the crack era. He like that's when that crack started coming in. Rocking and killing people. I'm like, damn. Yeah, he's stuck in the 70s. He ain't really care for the disco. The disco era, that's when the cocaine was super heavy. And he ain't like the disco era, and then he ain't like the like rap. It's a couple rap songs he like, but he do not rock with rap music.
Brown Chubby Bear says this might be the first time in my life I've ever heard somebody say they didn't like Fresh Prince. Even my parents loved it. Yeah, I don't know. My mom just didn't like it.
Yeah,
I don't know why she didn't like it.
Even my parents, I don't think they didn't like the show. I ain't gonna sit there and say it was their favorite show, but they used to be on. They used to watch it, so I remember us watching it as a family. So that is kind of wild. I never heard nobody say I don't really like the Fresh Prince like that.
Yeah. I don't get it either. My mom has weird taste, man. She's I don't know. She's different. But some of the shows she likes, I don't like either. So it goes back and forth. But yeah, Fresh Prince, I think everybody universally likes Fresh Prince.
Yeah,
Generally.
that's an easy show to put on because
Yeah.
everybody like Will Smith for the most part.
The Cosby Show used to be that too. Now people act different. I was talking about this with her as well because she was acting like I brought up Bill Cosby and she was like, Bill Cosby wasn't funny. I'm like, what? Like, I feel like this is a little recency bias going on. Like, look, you can say Bill Cosby did some terrible things, but are we going to act like he wasn't funny? Are we going to act like Cosby Show wasn't funny? Like,
Yeah, or wasn't good.
yeah, like that was nah, man. I don't care who you were. Cosby Show was funny, man. Some
Yeah,
people still act like, oh, I didn't like it because it was all rich and bougie and whatnot. No, Cosby Show was fucking funny, man.
yeah,
Okay, Bill
it has
Cosby
some
was
funny
funny.
moments. Yeah,
Bill Cosby was funny.
yeah,
Okay, I feel like you could put that show on today, and its good episodes will still be hilarious.
hmm
So I don't know. I don't like this. We don't like this person now, so they never did anything good in their life, or
yeah,
nothing they made was good. Like with the R. Kelly shit, like
yeah.
we don't act like he's. I heard some comedians say that I think we talked about this actually. By the way, I heard a comedian say that R. Kelly's music was never good. He
That's a
was
damn
just,
lie,
and I'm
man.
like, come on, man.
That is a
Okay,
lie. Like if
and
it wasn't that good, he would not have lasted that long.
it's ridiculous, man. He ruled the radio. He ruled R&B. He was everywhere, man. And
Like his songs, he was co-writing. He was writing for
mhm,
people. He pretty much revived Ronald Isley career
yeah,
in the 2000s.
you
Man,
you cannot like what somebody did. Or you cannot like somebody as a person, but don't retroactively act like their shit was never good. That's
yeah,
my problem, man. Like I know Bill Cosby is like a slur to say at this point, but let's not act like the Cosby Show was bad. Okay, it lasted for a long ass time, and it went against heavyweights in the sitcom
yeah,
world.
yeah,
So, and it was one of the highest rated shows on TV during its entire run. So let's not act like the show was ass, man. Come on.
yeah. Yeah. Did your mom like A Different World? Because
I don't think
that was kind
so.
of a spinoff of Cosby a little bit.
I don't think she did. I don't think we watched that show a lot. When I was a kid, I didn't get that show because like I was too young to really understand
Know about
college.
college and
Yeah,
fraternities and all that stuff. A black
exactly.
HBCU. Yeah, I ain't understand it till I got older.
Same here. When they put it on Netflix, I watched it and I was like, okay, it's a good show. But
Yeah,
when I was young, I was too young for it when it was on TV. I didn't understand like college and all the things we were talking about.
yeah.
So yeah, I was watching Power Rangers and X-Men, man. I didn't care about
Me
no
too.
fucking different world.
Speaking of Power Rangers, man, you gonna watch the Netflix?
I mean, I guess I'll watch it just for the vibes.
Yeah.
But
Go,
like
go, Power Rangers! Mighty Morphin Power Rangers! That
dog,
should have you in a chokehold, man.
it did. Dog, it had the whole country in a chokehold, man. People don't really understand how big Power Rangers was, man. Like
Man,
the toys would instantly sell out. You couldn't get
yes.
the toys
You know how bad
nowhere.
I wanted the action figure, man?
Yes.
And the helmet just flick off and flip on. I never had one. I had a cousin that had one. I never had one.
You could not find the Green Ranger anywhere. I think I might have got like the blue one or somebody. Like you
Yeah,
get the less popular ones were easier to find. You couldn't find the Green Ranger anywhere, man. That shit
man.
was sold out no matter where you went. They did shows and like the shows were sold out. The cast would just like get on stage and talk and do flips and like those shows would sell out. And it's like they were rock stars, man.
Man.
And that show was every recess we were playing Power Rangers and shit, and everybody
Yeah.
would be their
I'm
own
the Red
ranger.
Ranger. I'm the Red.
Yeah,
I'm the green. I'm the green.
I'm the Green Ranger. You gotta be the Black Ranger. Why me? So, so Yeah, that it's hard to explain how big that was when it fucking hit, man. That shit was ridiculous. But
Man,
I'll probably watch it just for the vibes, man. It won't hit the same. I know the Green Ranger the guy
he
died,
passed. Yeah,
and even before that, he did not want to take part in this whole special thing, so he wouldn't have been in it even if he was alive. But
yeah,
it just is different. I don't know, man. But I'll probably check it out just for the
yeah,
vibes, man. I don't know.
yeah. Mighty
You,
Morphin Power
yeah.
Rangers.
You should sing that song, man.
Yeah,
That shit was ridiculous. I
the
remember seeing the
puppies.
movie. We went to go see the movie when the movie came out, and it
Oh
was a
yeah.
good deal, man. That was
Yeah.
when they recasted everybody, and they
Oh
had
really?
like, yeah, they found out they were being racist by making the black guy the Black Ranger. So when the Black Ranger got fired, they brought a woman in, a black woman. She was a Yellow Ranger because before they
Hmm.
had the Chinese lady be the Yellow
That's yellow.
Ranger and the black man be the Black Ranger. But people complained about that shit. So when the cast got fired because they wanted more money, they brought in new people, and like the Black Ranger was some white guy, or Asian guy was a Black Ranger, and the black woman was a Yellow Ranger. So
That's crazy how racism just, is just part of life. This shit you don't even realize.
yep. Nah, that shit was hilarious, man. And the Black Ranger had to fucking dance and shit. Remember that?
Yes.
Like,
Oh,
it was fine.
the corny ass dance.
Yeah, he had to fucking let's look at a
He
video,
was,
man. Now I
yeah,
gotta see.
this nigga was breakdancing and shit.
Dog,
I
this
was just like,
nigga
oh
was
my, yeah, he was hip hop music and shit. I was just like, oh my god, man.
dog. Wait, I found some shit. Hold up, man. Wait. Okay, we got a lot of react to this. I know we way off topic.
All right,
There's
all
no
right.
topic either. Okay, let me delete this fucking. Okay, click on this fucking YouTube thing, man. We gotta react to this shit.
I'm already laughing, man.
Yeah, the Black Ranger had to fucking break dance, and at least they didn't have him like eating chicken and watermelon on the show.
Yes.
But yeah, he had to be dancing. He had to be the Funky Ranger. You know, they call it hip hop keto from season 1, episode 23. What if I can't see it?
Oh
Wait,
man, you can't
restart
see
it.
it
I
at all.
didn't see the beginning. Yeah, now it's like going slow a little bit. Go
All right,
replay it. Okay, I see it now. Okay.
Well,
Is it playing? Am I froze up?
your Wi-Fi going slow.
Man, what the fuck? Okay, I see it now. Like, look at this shit, dog. Dog. Why did he have to do all that, man? And he was the only guy who did all this too, by the way, of course. You know, I didn't see the Asian
Yeah.
lady eat like stir fry. She did do like some ancient kung fu type shit, but everybody was fighting. But yeah, that was ridiculous, man. The
I totally forgot about that shit. Zach.
I didn't, man. Dog, they made this man dance and shuck and jive for the Power Rangers. I'm like, come on, man. And like that's how you knew the villains were stupid, because like he would be fighting and dancing. And like, what
Yes.
motherfucker gonna sit there and wait for you to pop lock before you kick him in the face?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Yeah.
It was a wild, wild show.
Yeah. Fighting on putties. What is it called? Putties?
It was a putty patrol.
Yeah.
And so the putty patrol was like really super weak, but then they came back stronger, and like they didn't know how to beat them, but they had like a big ass Z on their fucking chest. And it was like, if you hit that, they die. So they came back, and that's all you had to do was hit the motherfuckers in the chest one time, and they exploded. I'm like, wow, what a scary villain.
Yeah.
Like, she was ridiculous, man. But good times when you were a kid, man. Didn't know any
Yeah,
better.
that shit had me in a chokehold, man.
Yeah.
Like I would come home 4 o'clock. I think it
Yep.
used to be more.
Yep.
I used to be glued in front of the TV, man.
I remember there was a Thanksgiving special where they had like a new episode of X-Men and Power Rangers back to back. And I was mad because we had to go to my grandma's house for like Thanksgiving or whatever the fuck it was. And I was so upset. So my mom was like, we're gonna tape it. It's okay. We had a VCR that could tape at a certain time. So I'm like, okay. I get home and it didn't tape it, man. I got like the last fucking 10 minutes of the whole thing. And I was so upset because look, there was no DVR. Okay.
Yeah,
If
if
you
you
missed
miss it,
something,
it's
you
over.
missed it.
Yes. Like you could probably recap on it right now if you try to go back to it, but
they didn't replay the shit. You had to wait till like they replayed the whole show and maybe see it or get the VHS, which was like
you had to
$30 for 4 episodes.
Yes, you had to get the VHS.
So, you remember that? Like if you missed a show, it was just it. There was no on demand.
That was the worst feeling ever. It was one time I missed the first episode of SmackDown, the first ever SmackDown. And I missed it because we had to go to church that night.
Oh man.
So like everybody at school was talking about it but me. I'm like, oh man. So and it never came back on. Yeah. There was no way for me to ever see it. And my first time seeing it was as a grown ass man with
the WWE Network.
Yeah, when they went to Peacock and they had all the episodes, so I went back to the first one.
Yeah, I could finally see it now. 20 years later.
Yeah. And that's the worst. I used to try to record all the SmackDowns too because I would go to church on Thursdays with my mother. And it was like what sucked about the VHS is you gotta have it on the right channel. If you don't have it on the right channel, the VCR on the right channel, it would record something totally different at that time slot. And I used to go through that. And then the other thing was sometimes the Cavs game would come on that same channel at that same time. And it just wasn't air in Cleveland. I'm like, man, and these was a sorry ass Cavs too. This was Ricky Davis and Darius Miles. I'm like, nobody trying to see these sorry ass Cavaliers, man, that is winning 13 games. So man, I had to go through it, man. I feel your pain on that one.
No, it was a rough time. The worst thing for me too back then was when you tape something and then your parents want to see something, so they taped over the shit you taped.
Yes,
like I'd be taping my favorite cartoons. My mom wants to see she wants to tape Jackson 5 American Dream. So she'll just tape over all of my shit, man. I'll be watching. I want to see that episode of X-Men again. Put the VCR in, and it's gone. Yeah. I can never watch it again, man.
It's over.
It's done. So I'm like, fuck, man. I wasn't saying fuck back then, of course, but I was very upset as a kid having my shit taped over. So yeah. These are things kids just don't understand. The things we went through. Y'all got your fucking on demand. Y'all got your streaming services.
Yeah, you could watch it on YouTube. You could watch it on social media. Man, once we miss it, it was over, man.
Was shit out of luck, man. Okay. You had to hear everybody at school talk about how great it was, how funny that last episode of Martin was that you didn't see.
Yes. And the good part about that, though, people used to react the fuck out of the last episode.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this what happened. So Kane came down. And, he came to the ring and Stone Cold came out the crowd. He started beating him up. And then Triple H came running down the ring. They were like react the whole thing. I've been sitting there glued like, oh, shit. Like it felt like I watched the shit.
Yep.
But you ain't gotta worry about that now. All you gotta do is be like, oh, it was good. Oh, what streaming service? Okay, I'll catch up to it.
Yep. Yep. Or whatever important part is already on social media when this shit happens. So you at least see that. But yeah, it was different. Back then you could just lie about how a show ended and you motherfucker might believe it.
Never know.
You never know, man. You like, damn. I see. I heard they killed Will Smith in the last episode of Fresh Prince. Really?
Yeah.
You just got to believe that until
Yeah.
the internet
Like,
came
oh, man.
along and said, nope.
Yeah.
It's not like the Fresh Prince was like on VHS or anything. Like you fucking when it was gone, man. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Man, that
fucked
was
up, man.
crazy days, man.
Insane times, man. How do we do it? How do we live
Yeah.
like that? I think we were happier back then, though, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was a nice little trip down memory lane. But yes, to answer
Yeah.
the question, I will probably watch the Power Rangers thing
Yeah.
for the nostalgia.
Yeah. I wonder if the Black Ranger gonna dance because it's the same guy.
It'll be hilarious if he did. Maybe they make a joke about it.
Yeah.
Like I don't dance no more, man.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Hey Zach, do you still be dancing? Yeah, I can still dance.
Yeah, man. I don't know. So yeah. Anything else coming out anytime soon that we're watching?
Nah,
Can't really think of
I think
anything.
that's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this edition up yet. We appreciate everybody who came out.
Yes.
Appreciate you, Tab, in the comments on YouTube, holding it down. Brown Chubby Bear, appreciate you, man. Everybody who came through to watch the stream, we appreciate y'all. Pablo, by the way, saw him in the comments as well.
Yeah.
Man, we'll hit y'all back next Friday, probably. Same time, same channel, with some other shit to talk about. And until next time, y'all.
Peace.